Just killed it.
You made the decision to play Thiago. But Klopp doesn't change the system since blue back left. You don't want to change from the 4-3-3.
Boom, what's going on, people? As you can see, quick turnaround, 2 shows in less than half an hour.
Come on, dude.
It's crazy, but obviously this time I'm with Ash, G, and Roms, and it's the Tactics Board, the favorite show of the week. What's going on, people? How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I'm feeling very yellow.
How was your game yesterday, Jerry?
Brazil.
Our Charlton were fantastic. 3-0 against Gillingham. 3-0 win against Gillingham in the Papa John Cup. It was decent.
That's what it's called.
Huh?
Yeah, Papa John's trophy or something like that.
Papa John's trophy.
They get the weirdest sponsors. I swear one year was Johnson. The next year it was Coca. Like, what the hell?
Bro, it's mad. But guys, as I've said already, please smash the likes upon entry. It's a happy day. Where is it a happy day? I don't know. But me and Rom seem to think it's a yellow day, a bright day. We've all got our Brazil tops on. Arthur Melo. And I know I just spoke about on the channel, but I thought, you know what? Let's bring Ash and G and Roms into the mix as well. Guys, we finally got the midfielder. Better late than never, right?
100%, bro. Like, the way that we need a midfielder /2/3 and we got the one in, that's good, man. That's good. We needed a player kind of like him as well. Hopefully can come in and kind of hit the ground running ASAP, because I don't want to keep seeing Milner and Henderson, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, so madness. Ash, how you feeling, man?
I woke up and I wasn't that happy about seeing Melo, but everyone, I've got to give props to JJ. He's brought me round to this Melo signing. So if he flops, blame JJ. If he's successful, then I came round. I listened to his opinion. I'll take the credit for that one.
Whoa. Why are you putting all this pressure on me? Like, I've already said, yeah, because of how our club is, like, if he, for me, plays 30 plus games in the Prem,
yeah,
he's our midfielder of the season. And no one can tell me anything else. Because that's all you need to get in our midfield now. Play 30 plus games and you're key.
And you know what you know? It's a win-win, because he doesn't do well, we give him back. He does well, it's a bonus. I know there's no obligation to buy, but Juve want him out the door. I think they've just signed Paredes, so if he does well, they probably will sell him to us. But everyone's acting at this end of the world. Cool, it's not what we're used to. No deadline day signing, and it's poor. It's actually poor from the club, but there's pros and cons. Are we going to get into Melo now or at the end?
No, we're going to get into Melo now. I'm just getting some of the stats up for everyone. But the thing is, in regards to Melo, yeah, would we not say that, yeah, it's a panic buy, it's a deadline day signing, but so was Ozil, so was Sergio Ramos.
True.
So was R9. All these players were deadline day signings. And look.
It's actually true.
If he bangs...
Was VVD or was he a day before deadline?
Ooh, I don't remember.
I think it was the day before, I'm
day
sure.
Before, yeah.
I don't think it was deadline.
Yeah, I don't...
Although saying that, though, I remember being hyped and then knowing the next day he's coming playing against Everton.
Yeah, I remember. No, I think it was at the beginning of January. That's what it was. It was early. It was at the beginning. It was at the beginning, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's mid-season, then you've got a game straight after it, innit? Yeah.
I think he even scored on his debut, innit? Against Everton.
Yeah, he did, which is mad. But all right, what do you think, guys? I know everyone's in the chat. Big up everyone in the chat as well. Let's just run through some of these. We've got a man like Shawnee that's been in here from early. Let's go. We've got Jason, plus a Tampen, the Crystal Palace fan that was on our channel as well. Big up Jason, big up Brian. Everyone at Crystal Palace, massive. Appreciate you tuning in. We've got Ricky as well saying, that's what I like to see, 4 ecstatic, smiling, happy faces. You know what? G looks revitalized, but I don't know whether it was that or whether it was just 2 bottom. And guys, you need to check it out. was probably the biggest bottom red on this channel and the biggest bottom red on Twitter have come together like in unison.
It's
like
it's
and
like
it's
FSG
crazy.
and Klopp. It's
It's
FSG and Klopp. Match
marriage
made in
made
heaven.
in heaven. Guys, check it out because I've got the screenshots coming, but the smile on G's face on this channel, I've never seen it. I've never seen it. So please check
Christmas
out
came
this
early.
collab with Don Hussam. Please check it out.
You lot are dumb. You lot
Christmas
are
came early, man.
dumb.
It came early. That's what it is. The Don is in the chat as well. So big up, guys, in the chat. Big up, big up. We got Razor up in here as well, saying the way we play football with the personnel. Don't worry, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. But
Don't worry, the Don. We're getting.
Let's look at the positives first, and then we move on. Do you get it? I think that's the best way to do it. Man like Shawnee as well, saying, yeah, I agree, Ash. I wasn't keen on the Melo signing, but Double J has turned it around for me. Listen, I'm turning things around. Like, do you know what I mean? Lallana in his Cruyff turns. Maybe I need to come in midfield anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, like that. LFC Aaron's big up LFC Aaron's in the chat. And to hear Koreshi saying, I know people don't want to see Milner, but who else do we have? Blame Klopp and Liverpool. Poor planning every year. Facts. Risk taking. Now, LFC Aaron saying VVD was late December. That's what it was. It was late December, early January because he played. It was like the 2nd of January. We had like that was the game against Everton. Wasn't Suarez a deadline day signing? Ooh, I know Carroll was. God forbid.
It might have been,
Him and Carroll were the same day.
Him and Carroll.
Him and Carroll the same. Yeah.
Joint team. Realism Jared saying, smash them likes, please smash them likes as well. Assad saying 30 seconds away from having an absolute
Just
field
the
day.
guy. You had, listen, I can't even say it on stream, but you know what you are, bro. When Chelsea get battered, where are you, bro? Where are
Hiding.
you? You know it. You're hiding. Now you're gonna come with chest. Allow it.
No, this is Assad. This is Assad. Every time Chelsea get beaten, I never see him on any stream. This is Assad.
Would have been able to eat.
Jerry, we did our stream. We did the preview yesterday. Me and Saint did the stream. I know you were watching Assad. You just didn't want to comment. You didn't want to comment. There was a lot of streams yesterday, but now you want to talk.
That's what it is, man. He's saying, look, you lot are actually meaty. You're really not that good. Barely beat a depleted Newcastle team at home.
No, but you're telling four guys that know this, though. What you get? It's not like you're telling them. We know
Ellis Chelsea fan throwing shade. You know what? Liverpool Assad. It's all right, Liverpool Assad. That's it. Liverpool Assad. That's what we're going to have to call him. I hope Super Frank does the jump, because you man need a reality check. I think Chelsea need a reality check.
Right.
The way you spend it money for the Tommy Tuchel. Do you know what I mean? Jerry. Away from Stamford Bridge, I'm telling you that now.
Can't lie, Jerry,
we don't need to talk about Chelsea. Like, those are them dead teams. We talk about Man City, and that's the only team we need to worry about. Chelsea, you stay down there, my friend. Don't worry. We don't care about Chelsea. They're dead. Don't worry about them.
Yeah.
No, I can't lie. Have you seen the three names they're linked to today? Today, though, the two double bastard sweep and Alvarez, they're going on mad.
Yeah, they're going on mad. But if it doesn't work, what happens then?
Who knows?
The next manager's finished. He ain't getting no money. He ain't getting no bread. This bread up, what he's done. Do what this bread has done. Yeah. Their owner. What's his name? Todd Bowley, innit?
I know this is going to be an analogy.
What Todd Bowley did, yeah.
I love Jerry's analogy.
What Todd Bowley did. Todd Bowley's the type of manager, yeah. He's the type of brother that, you know, the girl that he's trying to draw to, yeah. The girl, she's with a brother that had bare peas, but peas that were unlimited. You know, like Novikov was just a lunchtime thing. Do you know what I mean? They just pop Novikov, get the takeaway thing. Not even, they don't care about sitting
down. Just
It's like, they even sit down. It's just like the usual. You know, he just chefs it up. He calls up. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a pizza go-go thing, like a Morley's thing. Yeah. Listen to this. And then Todd Bowley's coming to the thing, and he's drawing this girl because obviously they had their issues. Do you know what I mean? With the rich brother, this girl had their issues. She saw Todd Bowley, and Todd Bowley's like, shit, I gotta keep up. So he's splashing all his peas at the beginning of the relationship. Everything he's got. Next year, in January, when they're going to need some reinforcements, when the next manager that comes in, like, I need some players. Man's going to be like, but I took you down. I took you Novikov last year, bro. I took you Novikov. I can't keep doing that. It's not even going to be Nando's dates. It's not even going to be that. It's going to be going to the corner shop and getting a meal deal. The sandwich from the corner shop. The samosa. You know what samosa in the packet from the corner shop? That biryani. That's you.
That you don't know how long it's been there for, but you're gonna eat it anyway because you know you can't.
It's got like 5 years on it because it's loaded.
Nah, the ones with the yellow labels on it, innit? The ones with the yellow labels on it. You know what? 50p, I'll take that.
Puts you on the toilet and that.
Yeah, man. That's exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. But hold on. We got Assad loves the Liverpool show. He does. Where's Assad now? He's at, you have Melo as your big deadline day signing. Allow it, man. City on another planet to you. Relax.
See what he's doing? He has to mention another club because he knows his club.
Has to
Yes,
mention.
lad, we know. Don't worry.
Yeah, mention
We
your club.
Chelsea.
What? And you see that chant? How dead is that chant?
That
Like,
sums Chelsea up as a club.
It's like Liverpool. That's what it is, bruv. It's trash. Shit. It's shit. Man like Mohamed Khalif saying Frank Lampard with the 2-0 bowlers add up to 0. Listen, I don't even, bruv, hold on. Is Anthony Gordon, why am I rating him like this?
I rate him, but not for that.
Our Chelsea.
No
Like,
way.
Assad, why do you rate him like this?
Yeah,
Let us
why
know.
do you rate that, Assad?
Let us know why you rate Anthony Gordon and that.
Do you know why they rate him? Because they still bumlick Frank Lampard, you know. They still bumlick him. So they're like,
Still.
please, Frank. It's like, still, Frank. Fat Frank, please, Frank. Do you know what I mean? Tell us, what do you want? Take Anthony Gordon. That's what it is. Take him, bro. Take him.
He's obviously better than what they've got. So, I mean, if he's the guy that you're turning to, that tells me everything I need to know about that team. But don't worry about it, Assad. We still love you, bro. We still love you.
You know, you see that meme? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
don't,
it.
don't worry about it. Yeah,
Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
That's exactly what happened. Bear me 2 seconds, guys. Because, guys, on the other stream, you guys wanted the Arthur Melo stats. But guess what? Klopp Zone provided for us. Anfield Analytics provided for us.
Big up, Klopp, saying big
And
up.
we're going to run it now. As you see, guys, welcome to Anfield, Arthur Melo. We got him. It seems like we got him. It's not 100% confirmed yet, but we got him. And we look at it and it's, look, his strengths, passing retention, his weaknesses, could be tackling, potentially concentration as well.
Yeah.
In regards to the strengths, Roms, yeah, do you think that's going to be a massive benefit to our midfield?
I think it's going to restore more control because I've been seeing the general consensus, a lot of Liverpool fans ain't watched him. I've actually watched Arthur a lot for Barca, for Juve, not even just Champions League games, domestic games and whatnot. And he's very pressure resistant, got great ball retention. And you know how you watch City games, you're like, this is boring because they're literally just passing the ball. They're passing to death. What I'm interested to see is Thiago, Arthur, and Fabinho midfield because they're all Brazilian. I know Thiago plays for Spain, but his dad's a Brazil legend and whatnot. Like, they're all Brazilian. They'll have that chemistry, and it will restore that possession-based football that we need, not this frantic end-to-end basketball NBA stuff. So he's press resistant, but you know what worries me? This I'll speak out the pros and cons. What I think you said it, Jerry. What is one of Thiago's famous sayings? Klopp taught me how to run. Arthur can't run like that. That is one thing I'll say. And he's injury prone. I'm saying this from now. He is injury prone. This intensity, that word we hate, we need to see how he's going to adapt to it. But I think it's a better signing than what people make it out.
The thing is, Roms. I think when we looked at the stats on Klopp, and we're gonna delve into the stats before we get into the game about Arthur Melo. We'd be surprised about his running. We'd be surprised.
Yeah.
We'd be surprised. Like in a good way. You'll be surprised. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say.
I got the gist it'll be in a good way, but I've just seen him maybe in transition or not. I've seen him not really keep up, and I'm thinking if you can't do it in them leagues, you're coming to a league where it's at its fastest. But I've not actually read the stats, so I hold my
Yes, my brother, we are bullies.
I said could only take it serious, but we love you, bro. We love you. Big up Asman every time.
Go ahead. Big up Asman every time, bro.
But yeah, because Jerry, I've seen him in games, and he looks like he can't keep up. But I've not actually looked at the stats though. I've actually not. So,
but do you not think, Roms, Keita looks like that though too? But then Keita's pressing stats, his running stats, his tackling stats, interceptions, they're high as well.
Because you know Melo as well, yeah. And no one take this and run with it. He's nowhere near as good as Thiago, but he's Thiago-esque. His technique's very good. Do you know what I mean? He's press resistant. He's got one thing he doesn't really do as much though is. Then again, it compensates because he won't play that final cut in like through ball, but he does dribble with the ball. he probably will be our best ball carrier. I'll say that from now. And this is what we kind of need. We don't want to see Matip from centre back doing it all the time. Do you know what I mean? So I'm actually quite excited. And you lot, like I said backstage, it's a win-win. If he doesn't do well, we send him back. If he does well, we negotiate. I kind of wish there was an obligation to buy, though. I'm not gonna lie.
You wish it was like a Bentancur situation, because I was just
yes, exactly that.
I was speaking about in the last stream as well. And big up whoever said it. If let me know and I'll give you a shout out.
It was RJ, was it not Realism Jared?
You know what? I think it might have been Jared.
He's gospel, He can't.
He's listen, knowledgeable man. RJ, listen. Jared went and said when Bentancur and Kulusevski got signed from Juventus, every man said they're rejects. They're not good enough. Kulusevski was a flop at Juventus. Why are they getting him? Now look. Man are saying he's one of the best wingers in the Prem. Bentancur now, they bought Bissouma. Bissouma's benching Bentancur. Sorry, Bentancur's benching Bissouma. Bissouma can't take that spot.
So I've barely seen him this season.
I never saw that coming as well. But me and Saint were just discussing though. I don't want it to be on the flip side. You're right. There's successes where everyone says they're flops. They come in here and do well. But I don't want it to then be like a sound against, because I don't know about you lot last summer. I wanted Tao. I'm going to be honest. I wanted him badly. And we saw how that panned out. I know systems are different managers, but I hope it don't go down that route. But I'm actually happy about this signing. And big up G, because it's as simple as this. He is better than what we have. I'll say it from now. After Fabinho and Thiago, he is better than the Oxes, the Caters, the Milners, the Henderson. And whenever you bring in a player better than what you have, it's naturally an upgrade.
Exactly. Looking at the player profile we've got here. I mean, look, he's 26 years of age, 5'7". His salary is on 106k at the moment. I've read reports that we didn't know this at the time on the Clock Zone stream, but it looks as though he's taking a pay cut.
Yeah,
to Liverpool.
Okay.
So we're not paying the full percentage of his wages as well. We're not paying all of them. So how, in regards to that, does it seem like a good deal now that we know those details, Ash? Or
it's a steal, isn't it? When you look at it, it's a steal. Like, it's a risk. It's not even a risk, actually. I can't even say it's a risk. Like, if he's willing to take a pay cut, we've got that wage bill freed up anyway from Sadio going, from Nico, from all these players that left, Origi, Minamino. We've got the wages. So if we're only paying a fraction of it anyway, we're not paying a transfer fee. It all makes sense. Like, it all makes sense. Even if he's injury prone, it doesn't matter, because he might not be. He might not be injury prone. He might give us 10 good games, but it's 10 games more than we would have got anyway if he's not there. So it's a win-win situation for Liverpool. I just hope, like you said, I wish they'd have put a clause in there, because if he performs well, what are Juve going to do? They're going to extort us for, say, 70 million, 60 million, or whatever it is.
But I mean, put it this way, how well does he do, isn't it? If he does supremely well, we're trying to go and spend 140 on a Bellingham, and I'm telling you now, I'd rather the devil, do you know what I mean? In regards to, do you know what I mean? The angel, if he plays well.
What Suarez said? Did you not hear what Suarez said about Arthur?
Nah.
Why is he at Barcelona? He basically just called him shy. That he was that. Arthur's not good that.
Yeah, but he also said Nunes is great, innit? And so far,
exactly. Yeah.
So, I mean,
can we really trust him? Like,
can we really trust Suarez? Do you know what I mean?
And you know what I love? We put it in a stream. We put it on the Tats board a couple of weeks ago. We were laughing. I think we put it in a group chat. You know, someone said we're like a nursing home because you've got a bunch of midfielders that are 19 and then a bunch that are 30 plus. And the reason why I'm happy with this Arthur Melo is that we're actually getting someone entering their prime. Do you know what I mean? So I'm happy. We need this profile of 26 to 30 midfielders. All of them are either 21 and below or 30 plus. So I think he's going to do. I'm quite optimistic about this. I'm actually smiling about something associated with Liverpool.
Yeah, isn't it?
Crazy. That's exactly what it is. I'm out here with my Brazil top. I'm feeling flamboyant today. Do you get it? Like, I don't know why, but do you know what it is? It's because we're just getting a player in, and that's how desperate we are. And I would have been the same. And I told you, I wanted, and I said it in the stream in my last stream just a moment ago. I wanted Harry Winks, guys. I wanted Winks.
Sampdoria, innit?
Yeah, Sampdoria.
Sampdoria.
I wanted Winks. I wanted Winks. I wanted him.
We're
And if I
down
got
bad.
Winks, I would have got a Liverpool top with Winks on the back.
And you know why all four of us are happy as well.
Gee, don't look at me like that.
You know why all four of us are happy? You know why all four of us are happy as well? Because every one of us at 10 o'clock yesterday did not think we would bring in anyone today. I know I didn't. I think I could speak for you three. I didn't think we would bring in anyone. So when I wake up at crack of dawn and I'm seeing Arthur Melo's on his way to Mersey's house, I was like, oh, all right. And do you remember I put in our chat 2 weeks ago? We should be all over.
Arthur Melo.
I actually wanted him.
You know what, Roms. I haven't got the noise, but I'm just gonna give you a round of applause. Because listen, Roms was the one that told all of us about Arthur Melo, and it just got lost in the chat. It got lost. No one cared.
No one
I was
cared.
thinking about Winks. Ash wanted Kai.
Whoa!
I did not. Don't even bring
G wanted Milner to have another extension, and he wanted Milner to be given a chance. You know what I mean? So we got to give it to Roms, man. We have to be
But you know what? If he doesn't bang, you don't will be looking at me like you don't will be draping me up. You know, bring it up.
Yeah, I'll be doing this to you.
If Arthur don't bang, you don't will be doing this to me.
100.
Swear y'all don't know the
You know,
that'd be you in Stretton Common, bruv. That'd be you in Stretton Common, just getting battered up by myself, bruv. I swear to you, in this top, all ripped up as well. You know, I start to hate Brazil because of it.
you said he would be good. What did he
No, listen, I'm happy about it, innit? Like I don't know, I'm happy about it. I mean, looking here as well. I mean, like take a look at some of the stats. So obviously, in the 4 years, I assume. That is right, correct? Ash?
It's the highest number of games played in a season.
You know what? Before we do anything, Ash, take us through it because obviously you're the one that compiled this data and everything. So big up Ash as well. Please check out Klopp Zone because the stream that we had on Arthur was really good reactionary. I mean, I almost got apprehended by the police a couple times. It was crazy.
Wait, what?
Oh, listen, I was streaming from the whip. Do you know what I mean? It was a bit mad, but guys, yeah. Anyway, Ash, take us forward, man.
Yeah, basically what we've done is we've taken Arthur's best season stats and compared it to 5 Liverpool players from last season. So these are Arthur's best stats, Liverpool players' stats from last season. So I've compared him to Hendo, Fabinho, Thiago, Keita, and Curtis Jones, the players that he's going to be competing with basically for positions. So yeah, this is his highest number of games played in a single season. So the average last year for Liverpool was 29 games played, 29.6. Hendo played the most, 35 games. But Arthur, again, leading to his injury-prone kind of thing, 21 games is the most he's played in a season. So
yeah,
it's not great, but in this squad, it doesn't matter because hopefully there's rotation.
Yeah, exactly. And in regards to like the goals and the assists, then G, how you feeling about that?
I guess obviously we're in a position whereby none of our midfielders scores goals. So the reality is I'm not even looking at a midfielder who does score goals anymore because we don't play that way. So if he can do the other, what we like to call the doggy work, but also he's someone who can obviously keep the ball. He's got good distribution and things like that. I'm not too fussed. You feel me? I'm not really too fussed in that regards. If, as we say, he can do the Gini Wijnaldum / Thiago kind of role.
Gee, if you think about it though, if we're playing Fabinho, Thiago, and Melo, Arthur Melo, who's getting you the goals and assists then? Because we're looking now at Elliott. That's true. Elliott doesn't, and I know people are going to say, "Oh, he hates Elliott." Everyone said I hated Thiago at first. But man, do you know what I mean?
I've had to let my Elliott agenda rest because we'll get into the game.
Yeah,
we'll get into Elliott. Don't worry.
I'll get into him in a little bit anyway. Yeah. But yeah, we don't get them now. But Elliott, Carvalho, they get forwards. Hendo, look at Hendo's last season, 7 goals and assists. He's the highest in the squad from midfield. So he's going to have to, either him or Thiago are going to have to venture further forward than they used to if they all play in the same team.
sorry to interrupt, bro. Hendo got more GA than Fabinho,
Yeah.
even in that January stint.
Remember, he only scored like 5 goals or something.
He scored
But
4.
and
I
then
think
he
he
must have
scored.
only got no assists.
He got 1 assist. He got 5 goals and 1 assist
Right.
last season for Bino.
And people
it's a
wonder
six.
what. Let me shut up.
But this is what I'm talking about. It was just a stint where he scored like, it was like 3 games where he scored like 3 and 3 or something like that, and it was like, look, Fabinho's getting goals because we're just not used to it. But like for me, in regards to the goals and assists, did Iniesta, Xavi, and Busquets, I'm not comparing, by the way, that trio to our trio, but in terms of what they offer, if you look at it, it's very similar, isn't it? In terms of you got a couple very technical ballers. You got Fabinho, who's in that Busquets role, and then you got the 2-8s in front of them. If the front three are scoring and they can provide creativity, they don't need to score.
Yeah.
If they're threading balls into Trent and putting it on a plate for him to roll it into an open, across the box, and then Salah taps it into an open net, they're able to create. Because at the moment we're just spamming crosses, and we're going to get into it, but we're just spamming crosses from anywhere, and we're not really getting any creativity. And that's why we want a goal-scoring midfielder, because our midfielders can't create. So at least if you get goals, you can win us a game like that. Do you get it? So
100%, I agree. Man. We need a goal-scoring midfielder, but you know how the way that Klopp plays in our system and stuff like that, it's that we don't allow for a goal-scoring midfielder almost.
Passing, guys. His passing is supreme. And the thing is, and this is what I talk about. And look, Ash, you know my love affair with Jones. I know your love affair with Jones.
This could be worrying for Jones, though, Jerry. That
it runs. No, 100%, it is. But what I'm saying, and it suggests, and I want to still highlight because one of our players, we criticize Jones, but look at his passing. And you know what, Ash, take us through it, man.
Yeah, it was crazy when I seen it, and this is what I say to everyone when they argue the Curtis Jones fact. Curtis Jones has adapted his game to be this Wijnaldum replacement. That's what Klopp saw him as. He didn't want to buy anyone, and he muted Jones's game. He's that good of a footballer that he can retain. He wasn't a retention footballer, but now 90.4% ball retention, passing percentage from last season. That's unbelievable for a creative footballer. But then you look at Arthur as well. Look at 94.4%. That's mad. That's unheard of. When the rest of the team is on 87.5, that's crazy. But that's why Jones deserves a bit more respect. And I feel sorry for him because Carvalho's come in now and looks like this flash player. He's taking his spot. Elliott's the star boy that everyone wants to do well. When Jones has actually done the dog work for our squad while we had nobody. And I feel sorry for him because he's never had the chance in the position that he should be playing in. So I think he should leave. I honestly think he should leave. Like, go to another club.
Klopp don't really play him like that unless he has to. He's definitely not going to. If this is a big if. If Thiago can come back and actually have a string of 5-6 games where he's fit, and Melo stays fit, it could be long days for all 3 of them, Jones, Elliott, and Carvalho, because the front 3 won't really change like that. So, yeah.
I mean, and just looking at it again, I mean, look, 94.4% passing, and I mean, you compare that, the average is 87.5 with Jones having the highest. I mean, having 94.4 in the amount of like games that he's played as well is impressive because he hasn't had enough games compared to like a Henderson that played 35 games. Do you know what I mean? Compared to his 26 or 23 or whatever it was. Like, it is impressive. And just moving on again to like just in terms of creativity. Run us through this, Ash, because it's a bit.
This is shot creating action, so it's those passes that you'll do to create a shot. Like some people say, pass before the pass, but these are ones that actually lead to shots on goal. So Hendo again, we don't give Hendo enough credit. 78 shot creating actions, miles above anybody else in our squad. Average is 49.4. But this is what confused me about Arthur. He's clearly that retention player, silky player, like you say, Man City, passes the ball sideways, maybe forwards, progressive 5 yards, but he doesn't create a lot of chances. 28 shot creating actions isn't a lot from someone who's so good at passing. So that might be something he needs to work on. Or he might not be in the team that complements what he can offer. So
I was gonna say that I'm not discrediting your stats at all, but that has to be an optical illusion because I don't see enough of that from Hendo. That don't sit right with me. That
mad, isn't it?
it's crazy. He actually has that.
No, but I said Roms as well. When people criticize Henderson, people love the eye test. Love the eye test.
That's probably what I'm falling into.
The reason why Elliott gets so much praise is because compared to our midfielders, he does all of this, does all of that on the ball. So when he's doing that, it looks good. He's doing all of this. I mean, one arm in the air, doing things. Yeah, you look good. You look good. It's like Matic.
That's deeper what Jerry just did, though.
I mean, he's even like a Beyonce vid or something.
Oh my god, man!
Well, everyone that
I know what Jerry means.
Everyone
they always have the hand up.
Always have the hand out like this.
Jerry,
Jump inside. I mean, like
Jerry, you get that winger that has the ankle tape, the wrist tape, and you have his hand up. I know exactly what you mean.
The gloves,
you wear
the
merks
gloves
as well.
Exactly, and the thing is, it looks aesthetically, it looks good.
Good,
like
yeah.
I mean, like you compare Hazard to Salah. Like, do you know what I mean? Salah's the more effective player. But if I was picking the team and I didn't know anything about players, and I was doing a 5-a-side team, if I didn't know that this person can get stats, I'd be like, give me Hazard straight away.
Yeah.
2 minutes of him playing, of not getting the ball, I'd be like, give me Hazard straight away. You would just do that. You would do that. And that's what Elliott gives you. And yes, he scored the goal against Bournemouth, where we're like, oh, great goal. And do you know what I mean? And he gave output. But when you look at his output, it's not, and we're going to get onto it, but it's nothing majorly impressive. He's doing the basics well. He's working hard, he's pressing. He's doing the stuff that Klopp wants from a midfielder, of course. But he's not doing something outrageous. He's not someone that's going to get 10 goals and 10 assists in the midfield. Jerry moving like Tinkerbell. Right, that's what man are doing to me. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yo, hey, big up Ricky, big up.
Buddy day. Moving on to dribbling now. His dribbling's impressive, and Rom spoke about it, and that's what I'm saying. Rom spoke about it, so we're gonna get into it. Ash, take us through.
It's not only this. Again, Jones. Look at Jones popping up again. Like we talk about retention. I would have said Thiago because he's good at beating a player with his first touch. That's what Thiago's good at. This is what Arthur's good at as well. He's like low center of gravity, like you'd see with Messi, like you see with Pedri and Gavi. It's that Barcelona kind of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. But Curtis Jones, though, what did he say then?
I said, like you said, like we said with Jones, innit? In regards to low center of gravity.
But real talk, though, Curtis Jones dribbling. He's proven, look, less games than anyone last season, the most completed dribbles. And he had way less games than anybody in our team. And then you look at the passing percentage. This is why he just doesn't get a first shout. But Arthur, 29, that's unreal. Not only that, his percentage was higher than any Liverpool player as well. So attempted compared to completed was higher than any Liverpool player as well. So.
And that is mad, and it's crazy, and it's an interesting one because clearly he shows he's got the ability to progress the ball. As Rom said, the problem is Klopp going to allow him to do that because Keita was someone that at Leipzig progressed the ball. At Guinea, he progressed the ball also. We came to Liverpool and he doesn't do that. Jones was someone, you can see him, he's probably progressing the ball the most, but we're talking about midfielders, he gets the least minutes.
Yep.
So he's clearly going, even though he's doing what Klopp wants from him, he's clearly going against the grain. So how beneficial is that to Klopp's system? And how beneficial is that to Arthur as a player? Are we going to go and see that from him? Hopefully, especially because we've got low blocks. Because, I mean, last season we saw Keita start playing more games. So if he stays fit, maybe. But, gee, what are you thinking?
This is why we need a system change. It's just...
Yeah, and it kind of more alludes to that. I'll be real. Look, Melo is a decent player, and obviously we're going to get onto some more stats about him. He's all right. Nothing
Did you not see G's tweet? Where it was like, She was like, let's get behind him. But the exclamation mark, it seems so sarcastic. Like,
I don't know how exclamation mark
I
seems
think you're
such.
being,
You know what?
you're
I need
genuine,
to get up. I need to get up.
Bro, I was crying, G. Like, I was crying because I was thinking, G's probably being genuine, but this looks so sarcastic.
This is what happens when I cuss too many man. This is the problem.
Yeah,
This is it.
but
This is what
G, like,
happens.
it's like the boy who cried wolf because you can't
Yeah.
so much, man. When they're actually giving praise, I can't.
No one believes me. No one believes when I'm actually trying to just give someone the praise. Nah, look, Melo's he's one of them players, as we just saw there with the progressive, the passing, the dribbling, all of these things. We know the reality, what he can do. Is he coming here to do that? That's my worry, though.
Yeah.
Is he coming here? I know what he can do. We're gonna get deeper into the stats anyway, which is great. But it's like, is he coming here to do that? It's a bit like the Jude Bellingham situation. We know what Jude Bellingham can do, but he ain't coming here to do that. You know what I'm saying? Thiago, we knew what Thiago could do at Bayern and at Barcelona. He has not done that at Liverpool at all in the slightest. He's a completely different player, and you can only see the elements in his game. Curtis Jones in the academy. We knew what he could do.
Completely different player, G.
You know the only, sorry, just before you go, Ash, the only hint that Thiago replicate what he did at Bayern and Barca was, I would say, the end of when we got third, we got the false third, and we scraped into the. Let's get behind him, people.
You know what it was?
Let's get behind him, people.
That's how I envision it. Let's get behind him. In his head, he's thinking, "What have the club done?"
Yeah.
But what was I going to say? You know, he just said he hasn't. I agree with you, G. He's not really. He's been a shadow himself of what we've seen he could do at Bayern and Barca. But there's a point where he was, but it's only because of so much injuries, our volume of injuries. But you know, when we got the false third and we scraped into the season, we had a lot of injuries. That's when he actually, and because we had a system change as well, that's when you kind of saw the best of Thiago. The minute we reverted back to what we know, like you said, we didn't really.
Yeah,
and that's my beef at the moment. It's like there's a lot of players that we bought. There's a lot of players that were in the academy. These times we bought Harvey Elliott as a right winger. Donny is sitting up in central midfield, just doing up sideways passing. Like it doesn't really bode well because we know he's a decent player. If he comes in and does what he can do well, I think we've got a decent player. And I like the fact that we're able to get him on loan, bring him in, see how he's going to do, see if he can integrate into the squad, and then we still have that option whether or not we want to try and sign him, etc., etc. Regardless of the price, it will just be good. But catch 22, man, catch 22.
Exactly, catch 22. Yeah, defensive actions now as well, Ash.
Yeah, so it's tackles and interceptions. So what Liverpool, we know that central midfielders, they need to be covering for Trent, covering for Robbo. So basically this is any interceptions and tackles that they made. Bear in mind as well, this isn't Liverpool's best scores. This is Liverpool's scores from last season, and this is Arthur's best ever season in terms of defensive actions. So Fabinho, 113. Average for Liverpool last season was 75, and Arthur 38. But what we did say in the stream before, Jerry, is the fact that he likes to lead the press. His pressing actions are good. 38% completed presses, which means the ball's turned over either during his press or the next person after his press. So that could lead into that, because if you're pressing, you're not making tackles, you're not intercepting, but you are making a difference on the defensive kind of end. So yeah, it is a strange one because it's really low, especially for the way Liverpool's midfield set up. But if his pressing actions are good, then I could maybe see it working with Liverpool, just like Naby Keita does. Naby Keita leads the press, doesn't he?
All right, seeing that, though, would that suggest that maybe he plays in that advanced 8?
Maybe.
If his pressing's really good, because if his pressing's really good, what you want is, especially if you're playing a Nunes, for instance, I've just thought about it now, especially where you're playing a Nunes, you'd want a guy behind him pressing, because he's not as good of a presser as a Bobby, and he won't drop as deep, which means he's occupying the centre backs. But you want someone pressing the opposing 6s or the opposing 8. And is he maybe the one to go and do that? And maybe he plays off the right and we actually have a midfield, as Rom said, of Fabinho, Thiago, and Arthur.
Yeah.
Probably.
The only person that presses better is Navigator. Navigator's pressing is better for Liverpool, but we know that anyway, so maybe he does play that advanced role.
I'm not really getting it, yeah. Our shittest and deadest players, or the ones that we want to leave, when you look at their stats,
Have the
they
best
provide,
stats, mate.
they have good stats. Curtis Jones.
But it's well rounded though as well. Like you look at Thiago, he's like second in every list. Fabinho's like third in every list. But then you look at Hendo, he's just got good creative action stats. But his percentage for tackles, percentage for interceptions, and things like that, passing percentage, it's poor. Like it is low.
Sorry, Ash. So we actually saying that Henderson's tackling stats are poor. So he's actually in the team.
I'll have a look at his stats now. While you three talk, I'll pull his stats up and
this is actually horrible. We have actually got Henderson playing in the 8 as our creator.
I don't know why you're surprised, to be honest with you. Like, but
no, but I am. But then I thought
You're not, Jerry. You're not, because we've seen this over the last 3 to 4 years since we won the Premier League. Henderson's been this way. The difference is that, as you've said, literally, is that percentages where maybe like yourself and like us here and maybe a few other people, where we might have noticed that hint of a drop, bro. It's been happening, bro. This midfield is absolutely ugly. It is so ugly. I hate seeing it. Like I hate it. I hate watching it. And we're seeing it now. Now we're getting a bit of Arthur Melo. We're talking about, we play Fabinho, potentially Thiago, and Arthur Melo kind of thing. We're hoping that Arthur Melo can potentially do a similar role to what Hendo does. I don't even want him to do that role anymore. I want Klopp to scrap the whole whatever Hendo does. Let's have the role that Arthur Melo is good at, because then we'll see the best of him. And then we might see the best of Thiago, the best of Fabinho, and then we can finally move forward. Otherwise, there's no point, because realistically, I'd rather just Hendo can do the Hendo role. He can't do it as good as he used to be able to, but he can do that role. Arthur Melo has kind of shown us here with some of the stats that he can't really do that Hendo role, but he can do other things within our system. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's
then that requires a system change. You know what, G? What you
but we've got no
tonight,
stubborn manager in fucking England. He ain't gonna bloody want to do that. That's
what I'm saying, G. Because all what you said was cute. You know that saying, "Cool story, bro."
Yeah, cool story.
That's why it's frustrating. Because G, we know, and you're gonna get that. Hassan probably mentioned it in your stream, G. Everyone's always like, "Do you know more than Klopp?" Not necessarily, but I'm watching it with my eyes, and it's like, we know that the system change will benefit these players, but word to you, Klopp's so stubborn. That's why when I start sometimes speaking about tactics and system, I'm just kind of upsetting myself, because it's like, this will be nice in an ideal world, but it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh, it's so embarrassing. But go on, Ashley. I know you're gonna
going back to Henderson's tackling. Henderson is better than Melo, but aside from everyone else in the team, there's only Jones lower than him. Henderson, 24 tackles made the entire of last season. His pressing as well, his second lowest, just above Curtis Jones, with 31% of presses successful. So, like, he's sitting second above somebody who doesn't play, like who doesn't play in games. But again, like Fabinho, players dribble past as well. This is a worrying one. 47 times Hendo was dribbled past. Second highest, Fabinho, 62 times he was dribbled past. So
that don't surprise me though.
Yeah, I was going to say that doesn't surprise me. But what about Melo?
Fabinho's having to do everyone else's job. And
no. But listen, but dribbled
past.
You're not talking about getting popped around. Dribbled past. Yeah. You take the foul. You make the tactical foul.
But Jerry, what did we see against Crystal Palace? What did Eze do?
Yeah,
this is what I'm saying, bro. We're seeing it. This midfield is bloody ugly, bro. The way that this midfield plays is so ugly that we need a change, bro. Because you're seeing it there. Look, you're surprised. I'm not.
In terms of tackles as well, and again with the pressures, Melo's up there. He's good. 34.6% of the tackles won. That's the second highest. After Navigators, the highest, 51.4% tackles won. Naby Keita's stats, I'm telling you now, they're unbelievable across the board. Like you can't question him. They're just the class across the board. And it's mad that we're all calling Naby out. But
again,
it's
the
the injuries.
story, bro. But he never plays.
No, but
Injuries,
that's what it is. But that's you know what the reason
Hence
why
the
we
loyalty.
tried to go. Look, Wijnaldum, we tried to replace him with Keita, or tried to replace Henderson with Keita. We tried to get Oxen to play that right hand side to replace Henderson or Wijnaldum, whoever. We then got Jones. We now got Elliott. Do you know what I mean? We're always getting midfielders to replace Henderson and stuff. And the reason why they're still playing the likes of your Milners and your Hendersons is because Keita and all these players aren't available. And it's gotten to the point they're so unavailable that I don't even like them as players anymore.
Yeah.
And it's shocking me because I'm forgetting, his stats are actually very good then, you know. Like, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm getting fooled by the eye test in the other way. But you're not available, so I can't trust you.
Yeah. I think that's always been the case. And everybody knows Keita's got potential. Everybody knows our win percentage, by the way, with Keita, the best out of anyone in our team. Like, it's unreal. Like, it's madness when you think about it, but he's never available. So what's the point? What's the point in having a high win percentage if you're never playing games? What's the point in having high tackle percentage if you're never in the squad to make a tackle? Like, it's just pointless.
Yeah, it's mad. It's actually mad. I just want to look at them again. I mean, look at the injury record of Melo. Moving on, obviously speaking about Keita, speaking about being unavailable. Ash, when you see that, guys, you know, everyone, when you see that, how bad is it?
He fits right in. This is exactly what we want. This is exactly the kind of player profile that we actually like at this football club. Most of our, if not all of our midfielders are like this anyway. Yeah. If I'm being honest, maybe if Ash was to check it now, you'll probably know that most of our midfield miss probably the same amount of games that he misses.
It's a funny thing, yeah. Our scouting network probably saw this and thought, oh, he's injury prone. Let's grab him.
Yeah.
They probably looked at him and thought, you know what? He's one off Thiago. Let's bring him in.
He's a perfect fit for Liverpool.
Perfect fit for Liverpool.
What they probably did, they went and went, look, another injury prone player. What if we make him uninjury prone?
Uninjury prone.
And you know what it is, and guys, check it out. I need to actually get the clip, but it's Ash when he does the game predictions and he goes into his, do you know what I mean, meditative state. That's what we need right now. That's Klopp there, like, injury prone. Arthur, consistent. Do you know what I mean? That's what we're getting. It's madness. It's madness. I mean, look, as I said, that's for me is the biggest worry. If he becomes injured, then I'll be fuming. Then Robs is tapped, you know. Listen, you know, I think. Do you think Michael Edwards, just had it so much because you just had to leave? He was getting so tapped that he said, I can't do this anymore.
It got too much.
It just took its toll.
Why else would he leave?
But even Klopp, his jaw looks like it's about to unhinge every game, bro. Every game. It's coming more.
I was the only one who saw, like, why is it coming out of your mouth, bro? Like, what's going on? Like, you got mad.
You know what, Michael? I keep forgetting to send you the clip, Jerry. Remember, remember Ian Bill when he's like,
oh yeah.
That was Michael Edwards. He comes to the end of his tether. He said, "Ban this. I can't operate under you lot." That's why he rejected the Chelsea movie. He's like, I just need to be away from football.
I need to be away from football, bro. Like, forget football.
Jesus Christ, man.
And we need to get that. We need to get that because at the end of the season, when we finish third and we won nothing, us three are going to be like, we got nothing.
Getting hugs and that. It's crazy. Oh, so guys, look, I'm going to run through some of the comments because we've been talking like for a while again about Arthur, and rightfully so as well. After the comments, we're going to obviously get into the game. Boo Rider saying, question, how is he going to pass the medical when we refuse to sign Nabil Fekir due to a risk of injury?
Can I just?
It's been a while as well.
But big up yourself, Boo Rider, because I'm hearing he started the medical. I don't know how roughly they tip, but I'm hearing he started it at 3.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
should be
that's what I'm saying. Like, this has
Time
been a
now.
long
It's
medical.
taking a bit long.
Nah, but do you know what it is? It will probably get done, but you know, like to paperwork to get sent over and all of that type of stuff. For them to, I mean, you know, they got to send it over to the FA. They still fax shit over. Like, I don't get it. They're still using a fucking fax.
2022, you still have faxing things over. Like, what's going
Do you know
on?
what I mean? Faxing, like scanning shit over. Do you know what I mean? Photocopying. Like, you know, they got Becky somewhere and, do you know what I mean? Just a useless job, just doing, do you know what I mean? Some paperwork nonsense. It's a bit mad. It's a bit mad. But the way I'm seeing it is like, it'll get done in it. Like, Liverpool would they would have known his injury record, didn't it? And I think it depends on what types of injuries. Like, if you've got loads of hamstring injuries, we love it. We love it. Muscle injuries, we love. It's the structural injuries, isn't it? I think Nabil Fekir had a knee injury. I think that's the issue there as well. But let's run through some of the comments whilst we're here, man. Big up promo as well. Big support of the show. Saying Arthur Melo's a joke of a buy. I'm not falling for it. I've drank the Kool-Aid now, innit? So, bruv, it's in my system.
I wouldn't say a joke because promo, I come right back at you. Is he better than what we have, bar Thiago Fabinho? Yes, he is. So, for me, it shuts up.
This is where we're at the moment. We got to remember, as Sam said on the stream, the bar at Liverpool is so low that Arthur Melo is considered a very good signing. Not to say he's not good.
Yeah.
But,
if Barca rated him, Juve rated him, and it might just be a case of the right manager's not got hold of him yet. And if there's anybody that can do it, it's probably going to be Klopp.
Because you're not at the biggest club in Italy, second biggest club in Spain for no reason. Do you know what I mean? But we'll see. But I wouldn't say he's a joke of a bat. But you're right, like what G said. Because our bars on the floor, in hindsight, it probably is. But right now, it's not that.
Let me ask you guys something, like, just quickly, yeah? Before, like, while Jerry obviously going through the comments and that. If we had signed Arthur Melo on loan, same player, same deal, on loan at the beginning of the window, alongside another midfielder that we probably were looking at more long term, would we be, I wouldn't say skeptical, but yeah, I'll use the word skeptical for now. Would you think we'd be this skeptical? Like, do you think fans would be this skeptical?
More, you know, I think we would be more because if we'd signed a Tchouaméni, for example, but then got Arthur in on loan, it would have made Arthur look even more like a poor man. Do you know what I mean? It would have made him look even more like a poor relative next to this big, fancy, shiny, new signing youngster.
When you pick your sides, he would have just been like a side.
That's it. But no,
I like my sides. I don't know about y'all, but I like my sides.
I do, but I'm just saying it's still not the main. Do you know what I mean?
But even if we had got Melo, even if
for the ferry, not the...
You know what? I'm getting Hernandez after this. I'm stressed, bro. How about that?
I am hungry. I cannot lie.
I told the missus we're getting Nando's, innit? So, guys. But listen, but you see, I think if we had got Arthur at the beginning of the window, I would have looked at it because I didn't care who the name was. I never. Like, we talk about we talk about Tchouaméni, but I never believed it. I never believed it. It's like the Mbappe. I never believed we were getting the bread up. Once I hear Real Madrid or someone in for a player, we're not in that bracket. We're not in that bracket. We're not.
JJ, once I hear Liverpool are linked with them, I know they're never coming.
Jerry, forget the Real Madrid. The minute you hear of Mbappe and our model, any Liverpool fan that even gave that a second of attention, shame on you, man.
So with me, with Tchouaméni, with Bellingham, with Barella, with any player, Lautaro, all of these players that we're talking about, we're never getting them. I'm actually shocked that the loan that we got is actually an Arthur Melo, because the type of loan Liverpool would have been Sander Berger from Sheffield. And if you had got him, Jesus Christ, that or Dendonka, that would have been the type of signing Liverpool went and got. And I rate Dendonka, but still.
He's gone to Villa, by the way.
Yeah, he's gone to Villa. But that's what I'm saying. That's the type of player I would have looked at and been like, Liverpool, that's who we're getting for on loan. The fact we got an Arthur Melo on loan, I'm like, oh, okay. Like we're shopping in that market still, but he's that tier above. It's that speciality at Sainsbury's. You know, I was about to say value. He's the speciality Sainsbury's package. It's like, oh, it's a bit better quality. Do you know what I mean?
Sainsbury's finest.
It's not Waitrose, exactly. That's it. Sainsbury's finest. How about that? Ravi, big up Ravi, saying,
damn budget, I swear to God.
Assad, wait till Aubameyang starts causing chaos at Chelsea, then you'll want him out. Yeah, we'll see. LFC Aaron saying, I seriously think Kate has been sent to prison. Nobody has seen or heard about him. Listen,
no, it's actually true. Ever since before the I think the Palace game, the injury or not, I've not heard that.
You know what it is? I guarantee you, Klopp smothered him with that number 8 jersey, yeah, and then just buried him under the Yaxa training ground, just cemented it up. That's what happened, bro. You know, we'll never hear of him again. It's just
Like,
sometimes
you
they gotta be
free.
exactly
You're nowhere for free.
yeah. You get nowhere for free. Just strangled it with a number 8. All you're getting now, just whispers of the dinner lady saying, "The spirit of Naby Lad echoes through the changing rooms," and we hear, "Naby Lad,
They kill you.
Oh man, LFC Aaron saying he's a poorer version of De Jong. Yeah, Ash, I did
I
speak
actually
about
agree
it.
with that.
No, I spoke about it. That we had Arthur Melo, had to shot him for money because they didn't have any money for 68 mil, and then ended up getting De Jong like 2 years later. Do you get it? Like, that's exactly what happened. So,
Do you know why I'm so gassed though? Is because, like I alluded to earlier, Thiago quality can't really travel with the ball. Fabinho can't. Hendo can't. Milner can't. Keita can, but he's never here. Jones can, but Klopp won't play him like that. Arthur, he's one of our better ball carriers, if not the best. So that's what gives me confidence for this.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Ash G, I'm going to come back 2 seconds, innit? Just run it through.
Yeah, no worries. G can pull up some comments, but let me ask you a question before you pull up any comments, G. Like you said, if he came with a Chouameni or if he came with another signing, what do you think? No, for example, if Liverpool come in now and they say, "Do you know what? We're just going to stick with Arthur. He's going to be that main signing next. He's going to be that main signing next summer."
Mm-hmm.
Do you still want to see someone else? I know people are going out and whatnot, but do you think that's good enough to go, Arthur's the main signing now next summer, even though he's like a...
No, we need a minimum, in my opinion, of 3 midfielders now, purely because we're going to let go of 3 next season. I don't feel that maybe Carvalho might have improved, obviously, just throughout the season. Elliott, I still don't think is good enough to warrant a place in a team who's challenging for honours. And then your third option is obviously Fabinho, who I feel we just need some cover for Fabinho. So for me, if you get Melo next season, then you still need to sign 2 more midfielders at the bare minimum, on top of still signing another right winger, on top of still trying to figure out, do we need another right back, on top of still trying to figure out, the centre, as Jerry said,
we should have done in previous summers. Yeah.
And this is the problem, is that we know how FSG move and we know what their model is like. We know that they're not going to have a summer like Man United have this season or Chelsea have. They're not going to spend no 200 million on or 300 million on all of these players.
I would love that just for one summer, just for one. We know it won't happen, just for one.
But Roms, I would also love to win the lottery, and I would also love to get laid by Rihanna. But the reality is, it's not going to happen. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It's like we know, because of their model and how they move and how they behave, we've left ourselves so short that we've given ourselves an even bigger problem next season now. We put ourselves in my opinion, we're almost putting ourselves in an even worse position future-wise. They've actually only thought about this deal short term. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If they had bought him, then he's bought. And then he stays here, does whatever, blah, blah, blah.
And that's why I'm frustrated, that there wasn't even an obligation to buy. That's why I'm frustrated. Because normally with an obligation to buy, there's a fixed price at the end. Now, we're to what Ash said earlier. If he does exceptionally well now, they're thinking he didn't even do anything for us. But he's done something.
You were willing to pay 120 mil for Jude
Bellingham. Problem is, we say that, but if it was at RB Leipzig that play a similar style to Liverpool, or if it was Barcelona at City, I can see that happening because they're like, he fits in our system. The reason why he hasn't done well at Juventus and what in Italy they're saying he doesn't fit Allegri's style of play. And that's the reason why he hasn't done as well as maybe he should have, and he's not really getting game time this season. So even if he does well, he doesn't want to stay at the club. He doesn't want to stay at the club. So, Zabiri, Mafabi saying, big up Zabiri saying, who started this transfer model BS? That's the biggest lie surrounding our club. I mean, it's not a lie. That's we moneyballed. I mean, FSG they wanted to moneyball. They wanted to adopt the baseball, what they did with the baseball, the Red Sox, and apply it into football. And that's why they've done it. And FFP was supposed to help them a lot with that because of the financial restrictions that were imposed. What was supposed to be imposed. That it's not similar, but obviously there's salary restrictions imposed obviously in American sports. So once they saw FFP, they were like, spit some up a bit more. Do you know what I mean? Clearly it didn't work. So madness. We discussed that already. Latif Aziz saying Joga Benito in our midfield. Facts. Ish, big up the equalizer, that admin. Please check that out. He's got a post coming. He's definitely got a post coming about.
I know he's got a post coming. I know.
You know the caption's going to be crazy. So please check him out on the Instagram account, please. Ish is saying, why are you surprised, Jerry? That's in regards to Henderson. I don't know, man. Promo saying G is spot on. Yeah, he's been spot on. Promo then saying Keita is mad slow. Yeah, he's lost a lot of his athleticism. He has, isn't it? He has.
He has, isn't it?
He has. From Leipzig, I thought we were going to get some marauding midfielder. He hasn't been that. He's been more of like a Thiago. Do you know what I mean? Running like this, shooting like this. It's just been dead. Let's be honest. Jamrock, big up Jamrock in the chat. He's giving us the stats as well, saying Melo has 20.85 forward passes per 90. Following up by saying, I believe I saw somewhere that Melo has had twice the amount of forward passing than Jordan Henderson, playing 50% less games.
I'll have a look at
that. That is key. That would be mad. That's ridiculous because we're talking about creativity from Henderson. If he's doing, do you know what I mean, twice the amount
in less games, but
I'm just so worried, man. It's just like, listen, I don't like the signing in isolation. I'm all right with the signing. You know, I don't mind him. I think he could be a very good option for us moving forward. I'm just worried about with the way that Klopp is and how stubborn him and Pep Linders is. Is he gonna do what I want him to do or what I know he can do? That is my only question. Himself, we could throw up every single stat possible. I'm good with him. I'm good with this signing. You know what I mean? We can move with him, but is he really going to do what we know that he can actually do? Is Klopp going to be able to actually think to himself, you know what? Most good managers have more than a plan A. So guess what? I'm going to maybe try and use my plan Bs and Cs. Until he can do that, and until Klopp shows me that, me and Klopp are always going to have beef, man.
Yeah, system, innit?
System. Yeah,
because all Klopp knows what to do, and it's just getting actually proper frustrating now.
Proper.
We've been talking about it. So what Klopp does with the system is reload it.
That's all we're doing. Speaking about it as well, just read it. You can
play. But when we get into the game, you'll see how bad.
Bro, you could play a stream from the start of the summer and this stream, it'll probably sound the same. 75% of it will be.
It's mad.
Oh,
sad.
Jamie Phillips saying Arthur is very genie-like, as Ash said as well. A player that can keep the ball and give it simple and win it back. That's what we've been missing. Yeah. I mean, if he provides what Genie provided, he becomes a key part of our midfield again. And it is going to be a midfield of Genie, Thiago, and Fab. We know it is. We just know it is. So, Jamie Phillips was saying, big up you guys. Yeah, big up you guys as well. Please check out the Jamie Phillips football chats. Content's reeling. Do you know what I mean? The amount of content's coming out of that page is crazy. It's crazy. So please check it out, guys. Marco saying you're being a bit harsh there, Jerry. We'll get onto it. I think it's in regards to Elliott. We'll see. We'll discuss it. RJ saying there's 5 subs now and we play 3 games a week for the entire duration of the season with the World Cup break in between. Enough game time if Klopp rotates. If.
Keyword if.
When has Klopp ever rotated? Come on. When's he ever rotated?
Ash, this will be the same man that will say fixture congestion. We're playing late on the Wednesday, but we got to play early on the Saturday. Yeah. Look at City. This is the same man that will complain. So put your money where your mouth is now. Like I don't know
if you guys are hearing, but there's rumors reverberating. And guys, just before you say it, I'm not saying it's confirmed, but there's rumors stating that Tsimikas is on his way to Juventus.
Yeah, I've heard.
Are you joking?
No.
But the thing is, you know why this don't surprise me? Because I said him and Kelleher are going to be 2 players that I feel we're better than being number 2. And they're going on a cut. I thought it would be end of next season, but
I mean, listen, if I was Tsimikas, I'd want to play. Do you know what I mean? You're looking at a brother, you can't shoot, you can't do this, can't do that. And he's
looking at a brother that you're better than right now. It's as simple as that.
You know what that is, though? If Tsimikas goes, Who are we going to see more of? James Milner.
Millie. A Millie.
Lil
Wayne in it. You know what? I don't think he
here.
will.
I'm
Though.
the right back. Millie here.
I don't think he will.
Tougher than Trent over right there.
Oh man.
And that vein in G's head's about to explode, bro.
Bro, honestly, Liverpool are like, they're going to be the death of me. Like, this club is so just shite. Just absolute
Do
shite.
you blame Tsimikas, though, G? If Tsimikas actually goes, do you blame him? Do you think
No.
But the
I don't
fans
blame
love
him,
him, though.
I
that's
don't
the
blame
thing, the
anyone that
fans-
leaves.
Yeah.
I
can't blame Mane. I don't blame Jabi Alonso when he decided to leave. I don't blame Suarez when he decided Sterling. I don't blame none of these
Because
guys.
it's-
You are not at a top club like that. I'm sorry. This is not a top club like that. Why would I say this?
When Reds want to get on to me about still loving Coutinho and Sterling, I don't give a shit what you think.
care. I love them.
You weren't winning.
I love
You
them.
weren't winning.
Bring them.
And that's why I wanted them back. And fans are like,
Because it was
oh,
mad.
the way they left us. Bro, bun that. If they're better than what we already have and they will get us where we should be, why not?
But guys,
Not Coutinho anymore, bad way. That ship's actually sell for me. Sterling, I'll still have that. I've been saying I have Sterling back after Mane. Apparently, I don't know how true this was. He actually wanted to come back.
Apparently.
I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, but I thought that as well.
I mean, look.
Of course he
I'm
did.
not
Like,
lying.
you'd choose Liverpool over Chelsea any day, innit?
Yeah. I mean, look, even Keita, if Keita left, I understand why he wants to leave. Because, he's got the injuries, but he don't play either.
I bet he doesn't get injured anymore. I bet when he leaves Liverpool, you ain't even gonna see it. He's gonna play 36 games in. I guarantee.
Like Iago Aspas and them, man, and Luis Alberto, innit?
Luis Alberto balling out.
Luis Alberto,
Absolutely balling.
Come on.
Anfield Road and big up saying Hendo had like 2 good years in 10 years here. VVD is my captain.
Nah. VVD's not captain. I've said this so many times,
He's
right?
not captain material.
When he gets that captain's armband, he stops leading the back four. He's worrying too much about trying to lead the rest of the team and show to like Van Dijk, leave him where he is, let him be a leader of that back four. That's what he's best at. But
he's thinking about the next play date with him and De Bruyne's children, man. VVD's not serious.
Who though? Who's the next captain at Liverpool? Who? Because Robbo's he's not playing well enough, in my opinion. I'd play Tsimikas right now.
I hope you don't say one player.
No, Trent's too overconfident. He's too arrogant.
I don't want to hear it.
I don't want to see Trent.
I don't care.
So, who do you give it to? In my head, I'm thinking Alisson Becker. Alisson Becker.
That's who I was going to say.
And then it's one of them. Do you just give it to your best player, Mo Salah?
But then, listen, for me, Alisson's the best in the world. I love.
You saw my comment. I said, me and you are definitely fighting soon. Like,
listen,
wherever you are, DM me and we're beefing soon.
Black Hammer and I don't know if you watch his. What is his name? Renee? Is it Ash?
The other one, the one that we were speaking about. What's it?
Oh, Remy.
That's it. It's Remy.
Remy, get Black Hammer, get all of them. I want to hear the smoke. I want to see how bad you really are. Let's go. Man,
is it just me? Yeah. As much as we love Ali, and I do think he is the best keeper in the world, he doesn't really get angry. He's not really that verbal. Like I never really see him shouting. Alisson.
Nah, man, that's like getting Hugo Lloris the captaincy, man. Where you get his poor. Just
That
penguin.
Can you ever remember Stevie G though shouting at anyone? Like
but the difference is he's on the pitch to lead by example, and he had a Carragher. Who's our Carragher at the moment?
It's like Messi. It's like Messi. Yeah. It's like Messi. Everyone's like Messi can never be a captain, but sometimes you can just be a captain in the way you play, the way you naturally influence.
No, but apparently Messi used to give mad team talks on the pitch though. Like no, in the change room. Sorry, in the change room.
Messi is that kind of guy, you know.
You know one team talk I'm so happy he did.
The Anfield
before the Liverpool 4-0 battering, reminding them of the fate. Why are you gonna do that? But obviously, to our benefit, I'm proud because he's like, remember what's happened. The players straight away are gonna think we don't need to be thinking that. So what a team talk, Messi. Big up yourself for that.
Yeah. Zabiri here saying, G, if you can admit that we are not a top club, why are you expecting
I'm not. I've let it live now. I've let it live. I now understand that this football club is not of the top echelons that I thought we were going to be. I've now.
Do you still think we're not a top club though? Like right now, you don't think we're a top club? No,
we're a top
this
team.
moment,
We're not a top club. No, we're a top team. We're not a
I
top
think
club.
that's spot on. We're a top team, not a top club.
So we got banging players. You know, as I think someone mentioned it, like 7 players that you would probably say, yeah, these guys are sick. In terms of a club, Manchester City, Real Madrid, PSG, Bayern Munich, those are the top clubs I look at. Those are the clubs I aspire to one day hope my club can be like. Because right now,
we don't want to be PSG.
I do. I want the ambition of a Paris Saint-Germain. I want an ambition of a Bayern Munich. I want an ambition of a Real Madrid. If you don't want that, then you're with everybody else.
I deeped it. I think I said it to you lot in the summer, yeah. We're not from Liverpool, so it's not going to resonate with us that much. But I've always said financial takeover for Liverpool Football Club, like it's a working class city, whatnot. It goes against the values. No offense. Now I don't care. I want a massive financial takeover, and I want us to just dominate the whole game. I want that Chinese consortium or that sheikh or something, bro. I want that big takeover, because if we had that, we would just be stress free, and no one can say anything to us because we were already a big club before the money came in.
The thing is, because of where we are as a club now, if this was like 10 years ago, we could be asking for it. We're too well off now. We're too successful now. They're not going to buy. It doesn't make sense for a sheikh to go and buy.
Because we won that one Premier Champions League. It's like,
and the team's doing too well, so it's too much money to go and fork out. A sheikh can easily just go and be like, yeah, we're going to buy Portsmouth and just pop with them.
Because you're right. It's about stocks as well. Because our stocks high at the moment. You rather buy in the dips and grow. You
buy United. United's the club to buy right now.
Because they're 2.7 billion now.
Yeah, they're still financial monsters though, but there's so much scope to kind of make them grow even bigger. Like that's the win-win.
Working against
bring this up. Rav C, big up yourself, because I thought Scousers will come for my head when I've said, because I never used to want this until now. I'm from near Liverpool, and that's what some of us want, because you're big up yourself, because you're realizing.
Get gold digger on.
When Newcastle win their first Prem in, I made a bet with my boy. 2027. I said to my boy, summer 2027 to 2027 May, I think Newcastle will lift their first Prem. It could even be before, but I think it'll be in 5 years' time, right? When they start coming to the upper echelons of football now, it's just going to make it harder for us, because you're going to have Chelsea with intent to get good, United with intent to get good, City, Newcastle, Arsenal. I never really count Spurs. Spurs is just a joke, and I'm saying that still here. That I just never include Spurs, but that's another 5 clubs that will have more ambition than us. It's crazy.
And remember, and we always have that, like Leicester City, like Blackburn Rovers. There's probably going to be that one random team somewhere who's going to just win a Prem. Out of the blue. Like, it always happens once every, 10, 15 years kind of thing. So it's going to be interesting, man, to know where we are in the next 5 years, because the reality is, if I'm being honest, if I'm looking at it on a footballing perspective, in the next 5 years, it doesn't actually bode well. And Jerry's spoken about that 5-year cycle before. So if you guys already know what it is, you already know that this next 5 years...
Remember when we first streamed, and I said, Jerry was at Rome's, I got a 5. Because this is when I had only streamed, I feel my first or second with Jerry. He's like, I was on Copish the other day, Rome's, and I've got a 5 years plan. I looked at Jerry like I was a madman. I would actually say before Jerry and G, I was a top red, you know, that big one thing. I would actually say I was top red. And
I think I
was like, Jerry, no, like we've just got so close. We're going to win a Prem surely in the next year or two. Then when Jerry broke it down why we won't, I was like, I need more people like you around me. Now, look, you brought me into the darts hat. I'm joking. But no.
Man called us Leicester B. Leicester Part 2. We're not
lying to you, bro.
The facts are there, innit? The facts are there. Like, 30 years.
Correct me if I'm wrong, yeah? You've been around Jerry and G too much as well. Because I'd say me and you are top red, but now you've had enough like me.
Do what's mad? We're like Step Up 2, like Step Up 3, you know, or like Honey 2, you know, like Honey's the original, yeah? And we're the team that came, you know, the one that's got different cast, the film's not as good, Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
You've got the
revival-
blazers on.
It's not like when Leicester won the league. When Leicester won the league, was like,
Dance in the rain.
Leicester won it. It's like it's been 20. Our one went like Honey 2, the one that didn't even make the cinemas, but you get on the pirate DVD thing. You know what I mean? You weren't even allowed to get into cinemas. Everything had to be done during COVID and that. It's peak. Peak at the moment.
It's all mad. I can't lie. It's all mad. It's all mad. It's all mad.
Obviously, promo saying that the Jerry James show, who was the last loan signing we made permanent.
Raw.
I can't even think.
We don't normally do
Joe
loans,
Cole.
though.
No, it was Joe Cole signing.
No, Joe Cole was. Yeah.
We don't normally do loans.
Did we
Apart
loan?
from
Was
obviously
Aquilani alone? Was Aquilani
No,
alone at
no,
first, and then we
no.
He
signed him?
scars me. Have you
That was
noticed?
fun.
I bring him up every now and then.
Yeah,
That was
I
a
find
plan.
that now.
15 million, I think.
Yeah, we'll find that out, and
I'll
then
find it.
we'll relay
I'll find
it
it.
to you. Yeah, you know, and this is the best segue into it, and we're gonna try and run through this as well. Guys, please keep smashing the like. There's been about 80 of us consistently watching, so that's amazing. Thank you for obviously moving over from the Arthur Melo welcome show to obviously this show as well. So much appreciated. Yeah, Newcastle. Let's get into it, man. Newcastle 2, Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1 in a game that actually felt like Newcastle 2, Liverpool 1. G, how did you find the game, man?
It was crap, man. That was so rubbish. I feel like we were so lucky, like super lucky to get that win.
Gee, which game did you watch more of? Liverpool's or Man City's? Be honest.
I watched Haaland score a hat-trick, and then I switched over to the
Guess what game I watched?
Over
I know what game you flipping watched, Roms. Don't worry. We know what game
you were watching. That first half, I'm not going to lie, I was just like, this is so dead. This is so...
Right.
And I was seeing it pop up, Haaland. And I thought, you know what? I love football, and I actually want to watch some football. I switched over, bro, for like 5-10 minutes.
I want to watch.
You know how mad it was? You know? Sorry to cut you, G. You know when Haaland scored his second goal, he only had 4 touches by that point. So that means half of his touches were goals. That's a joke. That's a joke.
Hold on, Roms.
No, not yesterday. Not yesterday.
Are you sure?
Not yesterday. If you go back Insta, you'll see me. I went mad. Carvalho goal, but by the way, I need a 5-minute segment on Carvalho, please, just for me.
No, we'll get it. We'll get onto him. Don't worry. Sure, definitely.
The game was like Newcastle. Isak, wow. He made 4 players that whole 100%. You have to give a clap, bro. Like he made that back line look like he was Haaland. Like you would have thought he was Haaland, and our back line was Nottingham Forest, because the way his movement, he was confusing the back line, dropping deep, going beyond the centre backs, finding spaces.
The finishes.
The finish was like the icing on the cake kind of thing. It was mad.
Can I jump in quickly? Do you know what got me mad? You see Robbo, yeah? Not only he got sent to the shot, why that's so naive of him, you never go to ground that quick in the box. All it took was a dangling leg by Isak, and he takes him out. And do you know what I mean? That was so naive. I was pissed off when I saw that. I'm not going to lie. Sorry, I just had to get that in there.
But then I'm looking at the stats. 20 shots. Like I said, we are playing. That Bournemouth game was such a freak result. People now you look at the stats here. I didn't even know we had 20 shots and 6 on target with 30% on target. Really, that's what we're doing now. We're going back to the.
Do you know what I'm looking at? Our press must have been so shit that the centre backs didn't even pass to each other for Newcastle.
For real,
snap! Happy days.
They didn't make more than 3 passes. They didn't make more than 3 passes to each other.
Mad.
That's embarrassing.
And I mean, look, it's so mad. And we've said it again. Every game this season, we've had between 70 and 71% possession. Every game.
Jerry, I actually want us to not have, because this is what is clouding a lot of Reds' judgment. They're seeing, I'm getting DMs saying, but we dominated. What does that mean? That we dominated the ball? We had more of the ball. I said, I actually want us to be 40%, another team to dominate, just so people can see how bad we are, because people getting this wrong perception that we're playing good because we have more of the ball. It's what you do with it. It's the productivity. Because what you said, Ash, that first half, I was bored. Yeah, it's not even that I was pissed off or anything. I was actually bored. But because my team is
entertained. I was entertained.
Of course you were.
Charlton, that's why.
You actually started.
Where was he, Jerry?
Huh?
Where was he?
What are you talking about?
And I said, where was he? Why was he? I'm wondering as to why he was entertained.
I saw Miles Lieburn score for Charlton, 19-year-old prodigy.
Boy, if he could play midfield, bring him in, boy.
He's a striker still.
What about the Palace loanee? Right, Saki, I think his name is.
No, he won't play him.
Oh, he didn't play. Oh. I was actually going to walk about him.
But yeah, man, it's mad. I mean, we look at it again, and look, if you just look at the Newcastle passing network, we spoke about in the preview.
Mm-hmm.
Number 14 or whoever plays on the left-hand side, they're gonna target our right.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Maximan when he was available. All they did, they just moved Isaac there because he's a bit more of a threat than Fraser, and Fraser done the dog work. But it's the same thing. And we spoke about how Eddie Howe's able to adapt to the types of teams they're playing, and you can see it. It's scary. It's scary that we're so easy to play against. That it's just put someone on the left.
And the thing is, I understand why there's some. I'm obviously happy we won. First of all, we want the 3 points any which way, yeah. But this papered over so much cracks because you need to remember this is a team about Bruno G, ASM, and Wilson, 3 out of their 4 best attackers, and we struggled. It took us to the death literally to win this game, and because we won. Ash, you keep alluding to it. G, you keep alluding to it. These wins are just going to paper over cracks, and people are going to sweep things under the carpet because we win. But that was a poor. If you actually watch that game with your eyes, it was a poor game from us.
1 second. Liverpool lad, yeah. Bunch of clowns, enjoy the win, support the lads. Listen, yeah. I support the lads. We all do. We're actually creating content about the lads. We're getting together stats about the lads. We're discussing it. We're discussing Liverpool about the lads. You're probably a swell guy, but if you think we're clowns, you don't have to listen to us. You don't.
You don't have to watch.
You don't. I mean, you don't have to watch, because if you actually took time to understand what we're talking about, and everyone in the chat would say, a lot of us, including the people in the chat, including everyone that's part of this journey, we're diehard Liverpool fans. So,
and you know what?
I'm not going to call you a clown. I'm not going to call you a clown for calling me a clown. But if you think we're a clown, just leave the chat, because
and you know what's crazy?
Everyone's entitled to their opinion on the chat. Like, I don't care. You can disagree with us, but none of that clown talk, because you wouldn't say it to our faces. And we get it a lot. We get it a lot on Twitter. We get it a lot on these streams, and it's starting to egg me on a bit. So,
bro, I can't even tell you how much last night, because I give Harvey Elliott a 6.5 rating. The amount of DMs that I got saying, "Oh, don't support Liverpool. You're not a Liverpool fan. Oh, Muppet." And I was just like, it's the same as you're just saying. Like, if you don't like it, don't consume the content and fuck off. Like, it's that simple.
Bring up John Lawisso's comment, please. Big up yourself, John Lawisso, if that's how you pronounce it. Exactly. Klopp can do no wrong. And this is why certain fans act like that. The thing is with Liverpool, like, he's not even realizing we're doing this out of love because we care. If we didn't care, we wouldn't do this. But all right.
As we said as well, not to even talk about it too much as well, we just spoke about as well that Rom said, I want a 5-minute segment on Carvalho. That is emphasizing the win that we had. We also spoke about how well Elliott played, and we're going to get onto that. So if you don't enjoy the content, that's fair enough. Please exit the show. Just exit.
Liverpool played shit.
I knew that
we played shit. And I will say it with chest. We were shit. If you don't like it, go support Everton or Tranmere or any other team up there. Like, I don't care. We were shit. We have been shit for a long time. I don't care about no fucking 3 points because we were shit.
You
Get
can't
over
say
it,
that,
bro.
G. You can't
Get
say that
over it.
because he's
We're not allowed to.
His rebuttal's
Stop
going to
it.
be
Support the
two
lads. You have to
trophies.
support the
Two
lads.
trophies. A point away from the league, Champions League final. Oh, G, you can't
Then
say
great.
that. You
Guess
can't.
what? Great. I'd rather
But
you go
Roms,
support someone
This
else.
is just
man.
backed. This is just backed. Everything Roms has just said. Just because we got to win, everybody can come back and say, "Oh, we got to win." You don't don't disrespect them. A win's a win. Champions grind out wins. Blah 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 blah. Like it's boring and it's dull. If Carvalho, I'm buzzing after yesterday just because for Carvalho reasons. Because of that, the way we won that game. Because of the way we won that game. Because I'm a Liverpool fan.
I love you, Black Hammer. I actually love you, though. You have to be like...
Because I'm a Liverpool fan, I was buzzing because that's what you do. Last minute goals. That's why you support football teams.
Can I play? You know, to the Liverpool lad. Can I play my voice note to show him how gassed I was? I'll
play it, and then we'll move on. Yeah, play it, and then we'll move on.
I'll play it quickly because if he thinks we don't love the club, it's crazy. But yeah, I need a segment on that guy, man.
But yeah, no. Whilst Rom's obviously getting that anyway, like I said, man.
Go back to the stats. Yeah.
Like I said, look, 30% shots on target. Like, I mean, that is so poor.
Right,
You know,
I've got it.
Oh, go on.
I've got it. This was from the chat.
Carvalho! I'm told, man!
But hey, we don't support the lads. We don't support.
We don't support Liverpool. We don't love Liverpool.
No, we're clowns. We're clowns. But anyway, let's just.
Anyways, it's,
quick one.
like I said,
quick one. Sorry, before you carry on, I've got the stat up for loan players. The last loan player we signed, we got Mascherano in on loan and then made it a permanent deal. So
Mascherano,
Arthur Melo.
That doesn't even bode well. Like, I'm hearing that doesn't even bode well. Like, how many loan signings have we had since then?
Right, loan signings.
When I think of
all the loan signings,
Mascherano, I just think of that boss chant. I think I sang it to you. Whoa, whoa, whoa! We got the best midfield in the world. We got Xabi Alonso, Momo Sissoko, Gerard and Mascherano. What a chant! But we're not Liverpool fans. We weren't there for that, you lot. We don't remember these things.
Roms, apparently you're sounding like Phil Mitchell out here.
bro, ish. My Courtney side came out.
I love Liverpool. I love him. G, but that 30% is worrying, isn't it? Because we're looking again, and it's just efficiency from other teams. So they had 2 shots, but they had 2 on target with 50% and scored 1 of them.
And goal disallowed as well. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So, you know, you're looking at that game, and you know, when you watched the game yesterday, for those who actually watched it, if you watch the game, if they score that if that goal is onside, Liverpool do not walk away with a win. They do not. They lose. They probably lose actually.
No.
Because they would have shut up shop. They would have just shut up shop, and we would not be able. We're not good enough.
They
to break
look
teams
like
down.
scoring all the time, though. G in that game, Newcastle looked like they could have carried on scoring.
Listen, I saw the highlight. And that touch from Fraser on the half turn in between Van Dijk and Gomez, and then a swivel on the shot. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, "What? Fraser?" Imagine that was Maximum.
But
Jerry,
this is
sorry to cut you. Look, just highlights might have not picked this up, but G and Ashley would have seen this. This epitomizes Robbo. Robbo did a move, right? It's come from high. He's tried to control it. He miscontrolled, so Almiron picked it up. Almiron spun him. When he picked the analog stick on FIFA? Spun him. And that epitomized Robbo, because Robbo 3 years ago recovers that. Even if he gets beat, in fact, he doesn't even get beat 3 years ago. Bro, when I saw that, Almiron incepted off Robbo's touch, and then he done some spinner-only thing, and it was gone. I thought, Simi, you have to stop.
Do you know what's mad as well with Almiron? And we'll get on to obviously. We might as well just talk about it because you got his stats anyway. Van Dijk, there was actually a period, before the goal, Almiron had the ball, and Van Dijk, something that's so unlike Van Dijk, he actually went out wide and was pressing Almiron as he was twisting. That's why Van Dijk wasn't in the center. That suggests to me that not all is okay at that back line. It's very, very rigidity because Van Dijk is known
He doesn't trust anyone.
For staying central. This game, he's going and pressing. Fabinho then obviously covered his space and then stepped out as that ball was played into Isaac for the first goal.
Man,
But-
then,
Why do you think,
Breaking
JJ?
news.
Because
Go on.
breaking news. This is gonna piss me off because I don't know if you lot wanted him, but I wanted him January.
Go on.
Dennis Zakaria, the Juve, someone's going around Juve.
Chelsea.
He's on his way to Chelsea, having a medical
Fuck
loan move. Guess what? With an option to buy.
this is a joke.
You see
Like,
Newcastle's open play
He would have
chances,
been
yeah?
perfect for us.
Roms, if
Dude,
you
he
go
doesn't
back
even talk. Look,
go back.
Gino doesn't want to talk.
on,
I don't even
Instagram,
care. I don't even care anymore.
Right.
I don't care.
I'm telling you
What he's
now,
doing.
go back to before the Euros. I did a scout watch on players that I think Liverpool should bring in. Zakaria was on the list. So was Isak, who did us up last night. Both those players were on the list. Like, how can we not see that? If he's available to loan with an option to buy, why are we not even considering these things?
Profile.
You see
He's not the
Newcastle.
right player.
You see Newcastle's open play chances. That's my worry. I don't even care about this. Like, I'm tired of Liverpool and their transfer shit. You see Newcastle's open play chances, 0.23 down that right hand side.
Yeah.
We're down our width yet again. We're getting exposed. Yes, going forward, obviously Liverpool attacks 16 on the left hand side, 17 on the other side. Again, they've got 3 down their left hand side and obviously 7 down their right hand side. So obviously, it looks like Robbo might have actually been a bit of a problem yesterday. Hence the reason why he was taken off. But
Do you
again,
know what, as well, G, with Van Dijk, do you think he's doing this now because he's never come under pressure before, Van Dijk?
yeah,
So he's just carried on doing what he does. No, he's heard the whispers. Everybody's calling Van Dijk out, saying Van Dijk doesn't look the same. So last night, to me, was do you know what? I'm going to go and do what everybody says I should do. I'm going to go and press the winger and watch what happens because Robbo's not doing his job. Watch what happens. And exactly what he knows would happen, happened. Like, they score goals.
and I think that it's becoming a bit too much now because as we saw yesterday, like I said, if that goal by Isak, the second goal, that goes in or that's allowed, should I say, now it's 2-0. But we are getting exposed. Yes, going forward, that is our attacking outlet. But this is why I keep saying there needs to be a whole different plan. There needs to be a different way of playing because otherwise
Gee,
you just
I'm
get
sorry. Guess who's back? Guess who's back, G? Remy's back. Back again. Remy's back. This guy's haunting me. I'm telling you now. Remy is
He's
coming
chatting to you
for
anyway.
me.
As in, him and Black Hammer, they might as well. I don't know. They sound like they're buddies and them thing there. So you lot should just get
It's
together
probably
and run
just
around.
Black Hammer. It's just probably
Yeah,
Black
probably just
Hammer.
Black Hammer, just bored and got 2 accounts. I don't know.
He's just, I mean, logged in and that. It's mad.
Nah,
I mean,
it's,
go on. Sorry.
no. I was literally just gonna say, like, it's as you can see, with this width thing, it's just starting to get a little bit annoying now, man. We are constantly conceding these chances down both our sides. So either we need to start shoring it up, and remember, for this, this goes out to all of the people who are crying that Elliott played so well. Elliott's also playing and helping supposedly down these sides. He's contributing to the fact that these teams are getting down the sides as well. It's not just Trent. I can't even just blame Trent because Harvey Elliott has a role to play. Salah, I don't really feel he even has a role to play, as we've seen by his positioning. He's up top. Elliott is the one who's supposed to be helping, and he's not doing it.
Yeah.
So defensively, I've always said he is not good at all in the slightest as a defensive player, like Hendo was, like Millie was 7 years ago, kind of thing. But now, when you're looking at the team, we're still being exposed there. So something does need to change, 100%.
Can we? No one said this yet. Can we just acknowledge this? Newcastle had 5, I think it was, of their best players not playing. This was a poor Newcastle team. This wasn't Newcastle at the best. No St. Maximan, no Callum Wilson, no Guimaraes, no Shah, no Botman. 5 of their best players. Not only that, did you see Nick Pope? He was asking the physio to see a doctor and taking paracetamol because he was sick. He was ill. So we can't beat a team with a sick goal. Well, we did beat them. Sorry, we beat them. But we couldn't turn over a team with a sick goalkeeper and the 5 best players of this season minus Joe Linton, in my opinion, not available. It's embarrassing because last-minute goals, to me, that's not beating a team. That's like you're getting lucky in the last minute of the game. Because if you think that goal was scrappy, wasn't it? Good finish from Carvalho, but it's scrappy.
Yeah, and then I mean, look, in regards to the positive, I mean, let's just discuss it slightly, and then we'll obviously give before we had that, we'll give Roms his 5-minute, piece on Carvalho. Bobby again, he turned up, didn't he? In the second half, at least, he pulled up his socks. He started linking the play a bit better. As we're seeing on the passing network as well, he's not as deep as he was in the United game. So that for me it does suggest instruction.
Can I just pick up someone quickly though?
Yeah.
Joey G. I think Joey G, now he's getting that rhythm of games. I don't think he did much wrong at all. I don't actually think he did much wrong.
Are you sure, bro?
I don't know. I didn't think he was that good.
Yeah, man. He was kind of like a bit
like Isaac. If Isaac scores that goal,
it's on him. It's on him.
The first or second?
The second.
The offside one.
Van Dijk was the best.
No, I think if Isaac scores that second, it's more on Robbo than it is Gomez.
No, but Robbo's been chopped in. The ball was there, and then Gomez was doing all of this type of stuff. He didn't stand him up.
Robbo can't overcommit like that, Jerry.
And you got to remember as well, Robbo was on the right-hand side. Where was Trent in that scenario?
Yeah,
it was the biggest people that dropped off was Robbo, then it was Gomez, and then Elliott came into the picture. Where was Trent? He was walking. And he's a right back.
Again.
It can't keep happening like that. And like it's that right-hand side. And I'm not saying it's all Gomez's fault. And I don't think he was like a 2 out of 10. He was average. He was average. His passing's become better. I give him that. His passing's become better.
You know, he's just poor. The amount of Van Dijk's ball retention.
Spamming. He's just spamming. He's doing a Trent now. He's just spamming long balls.
Do you know what, as well? When anybody knows, when you talk about football and you talk about people who have stamina, the players on the pitch that should have the engine, central midfield, obvious. But after that, it's your right backs, your left backs, your wing backs, because they're up and down the pitch all day. Trent, I don't know if he's gassed. I don't know if he's not fit enough. He never sprints back unless he thinks he can look fast and beat a slow player. That's the only time you ever see him trying to sprint back.
I think he looks slower than he has before as well.
Yeah, so slow. He's too big. He's too big now.
For his body shape, he's not explosive like a James where he just got that fast twitch. He looks slower. So his powers for recovery are different. Like I remember he dealt with Sane in the Champions League when he was at 19. So, but now it's anyone. It's any brother on the left. Any fast brother is. And it was Elanga against United. It was Zaha against Palace. Like where I don't get it.
It just seems to be like
it was Pereira and Demande. It was Pereira
Bobby Reed against Fulham,
and Bobby the Cordova Reed against Fulham.
Did you not see that last night when Fraser knocked the ball around him and absolutely burnt him off? Like he absolutely left Trent behind. Like this is Fraser whose legs are 2'2". Do you know what I mean? Like Trent, you've got 2 feet on Fraser's legs. Come on.
I mean, LFC Aaron here saying has Trent bulked up too much? I don't get it because he hasn't bulked up in terms of like mass. He needs to be doing explosive training.
It's all shoulders.
And arms. His legs. He needs to be doing explosive training, and I'm talking about whatever Adama Traore, whatever what's it called, Reece James and Loftus-Cheek are doing up at Chelsea. Maximan. He needs to be doing that because it's difficult. And look, Rob MC saying, I think Trent wants to play midfield. He has no interest in defending. He's not good enough to be a midfielder. Just because you can spray a long pass doesn't mean you can play midfield.
His awareness is poor.
His interplay isn't great. Like I'm telling you now, if he was skips and winks in the middle against 2 Trents, they'll get popped over the park in the fives game. They would.
It's one of them ones.
It's pure plyometrics. It's the plyometrics.
Yeah, that's what he needs.
This is the thing with Trent, man. It's like we're caught between a rock and a hard place with him because it's 2-1 now, man. We're like a budget terminator. That's mad. Like, big up promo, but it's like it's just mad because the reality is, for what he offers going forward, obviously percentages again. We know for a fact if I was an opposing team, the Liverpool's main weakness is down his side because he ain't gonna be able to defend. He can't. He's just not defensively aware enough for whatever reason you want to say, whatever excuse anybody wants to come up with, whether it's someone else, whether it's the tactic. He himself is not defensively good enough. That is the problem. And until he gets better at doing that,
he's always going to be weak. Look, Remy's here saying that the timing of the defense needs to be finely tuned, then we will be fine. This blame Trent orchestra needs to stop. What needs to stop, I think, is he needs to stop being lazy. It's laziness. It's actually just laziness.
And is he not part of this defense?
Even just overlapping, everything's lazy. It's not working in the middle. Bust the gut, make a run to divert the attention. If you're so creative and everyone's focused on you, make a run and take everyone out of the picture. Make everyone get shook about you and make create some space in the middle. Instead, no, you don't.
Remy's saying this blame orchestra. Klopp is the most loyal person you'll ever meet. What did he do last night? He bounced Trent. He bounced Robbo. So don't come with blaming Trent orchestra. Klopp basically told the fans Trent and Robbo was shit yesterday.
Yeah. And what did he do? He got a Milner there. That's probably going to give you more stability.
Yeah.
So do you know what I mean? It's one of those ones where obviously we can see by the graphic here. Obviously, Robbo didn't have a great game defensively because down the right hand side, Almiron was just. I mean, Almiron turned good that game. It was crazy. It was crazy. I mean, looking at their open play like chances as well, it's all down that right hand side. It's a difficult one, isn't it? It's a difficult one. I think what they tried to do, looking at Newcastle and seeing the position of Isaac, and then obviously Chris Wood that came on because these are only the starting players. They actually tried to isolate Trent with balls from the right hand side. That's why there's 7 attacks on this, down the middle and down the center, because those a lot of them would have been long balls into Woods to get on the end of crosses. Joe Linton's on that left hand side. He was causing a lot of issues as well. So
they were feeding. They were when Isak was on, because of his movement. They were feeding a lot of balls through to him. Or they were trying to feed, like at the bare minimum, they were trying to feed a lot of balls through to him. And because of his movement, obviously, I know Remy said about the back line for like the goal and everything. No, that was very, very lucky. That wasn't. I don't feel like that was any, because for a minute there, you probably in another game, another referee, they probably would have called it as onside, like kind of thing. It's one of those weird things. Last season, I was onside. Yeah, exactly. And that's what Liverpool, I feel, we haven't quite adapted to this new rule of the offside. That's why we're probably seeing a lot more attacks down the middle and down our sides anyway, just in probably, if you averaged it out, if someone was to get the stats from last season in comparison to the beginning of this season, you're probably seeing more and more and more of that. So these balls over the top, this is why I feel either we need to drop this line or it just needs to be done differently, because we're going to get caught out more than we ever have been, purely because I don't feel that we are ready to play under these new rules. So catch 22, man. What do you do?
I mean, Remy saying here, have you forgotten Trent makes a good defense in the Champions League final? Trent handled Vinicius Jr. fantastically.
That's Vinicius for the goal.
In the game. And the laps in the game, it cost us. It cost. I mean,
don't even pin it up anymore. Don't pin it up.
Almiron, Ish saying Almiron been sourcing since Grealish took the piss out of him. It's true. It's true. Robbie Murphy, big up Robbie Murphy for tuning in, saying there was a point of the game where Trent lost the ball very high up the pitch. Every single person tracked back apart from Trent. He's so lazy. He's become very lazy.
I was just about to say, Trent was the reason why we conceded in the bloody
normally when he does the diags, normally when he does the diags, he'll at least perfect it and put some height on it. He literally just passed it.
It was just a lazy, it was such a lazy pass. Like, bro,
and you know what? That wasn't even the first time. He did it a couple times. The reason why that one stands out is because we actually conceded by it.
Yeah.
But we have to big up Remy because he's here, but bro, that's just absurd. Them lapses are fine margins. What? That's like us saying if the ball's a few millimeters over in the City game when they beat us 2-1 in 18-19, we would be champions. You know what I mean? Like, it's them fine margins that lose you the game.
Yeah.
The thing is as well, Remy knows his shit. He's clued up. but I feel like just bringing comments up to try and arouse a bit of a reaction. So that's why pin the good comments up. JJ,
Ash,
Yeah,
pin
bro,
the good
pin all
comments.
the good comments. Man.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna have to do, man.
Pin all the good comments.
Yeah, Jamrock.
Everyone inside, by the way, as well. Shout out everyone inside.
Yeah, shout out everyone inside, man. Big up. We got 62 likes at the moment, so massive thank you for that.
Yes, yes.
We appreciate it. 9035 Jamrock saying, so let me get this straight. LFC fans were flipping out because they thought FSG donated to Trump and they hated Trump. So if we get taken over by a prince from Saudi Arabia / Qatar, or UAE or a Chinese conglomerate with all their human rights issues and things like that, how do we reconcile the two? That's not my problem. I don't care.
It's not
Big
that
man thing I don't care about.
I
all of
don't
that.
care about where the money's coming from.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Yeah,
I don't care about that.
I really don't care.
You see all of that
The
stuff.
same was-
You're trying to mix football, or not you specifically, Jamro. I'm just saying, like, people try a bit like Newcastle takeover. There, people like, no, you can't. I said, bro, why the hell do you care, bro? Like, at the end of the day, that's nothing.
All
That's
it
got
is
nothing
that
to do
it's
with it.
jealousy. All it is that rival fans were jealous that they're gonna get better with their fans.
Yeah.
So they're trying to bring other variables to that, bring it down. And you know,
The Premier League are absolutely fine with Newcastle. Like, they were fine with them.
remember, they
coming
have
in.
to approve it. They
They
have
have to
to
approve- that's what I'm saying.
So your issue should be with them.
That's what I'm saying. You're beefing fans in that. Not, and again, not you specifically.
Yeah,
Jamro.
not you
You're
specifically.
talking about like people in
because there's
general.
a general thing. Yeah.
Yeah, there is that, and you're like, bro, why do you care? Like, if the Premier League are fine with it, I know I'm good with it. If it was my team, I don't really care. Like, unless it was something that I genuinely thought, like, oh my days, these guys are running a paedophile ring and they're trying to come in with their money, then okay, maybe we can start talking a bit differently. But when it's not that, them kind of things there, bro, like, at the end of the day, the money comes from wherever the money comes, man. We move.
Oh, bro.
We're due to get more, man.
Quick one here before we move on and just start heading out. Jamrock saying, in regards to Zakaria, saying, if you watched him play for Juventus, he's in that good. We didn't want him. His injury record is really bad as well, I hear as well.
Yeah, it's not
Black
good.
Hammer saying, Black Hammer saying that in the game we were playing hit him up on the bus ride home after that game. Yeah, probably did. All right, cool. Before we head out, question for all you three. Does this win, along with the signing of Arthur Melo, maybe represent a new hope? Shout out my Star Wars fans. Does this represent do you know what I mean? Is this the can we do we see progression from here? Can we see, do you know what I mean? Can we take this win and move forward? Is this win maybe more important than the 9-0, or is it just the same shit, different day?
It's for me.
Start with Roms, yeah.
Just to start this one off, it's hard because I'd love to say we showed resilience. We did well to get back in the game. But then when I think about the personnel that was missed on their team,
Yep.
it then gets worrying because for me, if they have them players, we lose that game. And I don't want to do ifs. I don't want to do if buts and maybes because we won the game. But if we struggle to beat a second string Newcastle team, it's kind of like a smoke screen. And cool, the Melo signing I'm happy with, but to answer your question, Jay, there's not a new hope. There's still worrying signs for me because a better team probably put us away.
Yeah.
Before, I'll put it this way.
Ash, yeah.
Sorry, I'll put it this way. Before Carvalho got his goal last night, I bet a majority of fans, I won't say majority, but a lot of fans were FSG out, 100%. But as soon as Carvalho gets this goal, again, waxing over the cracks. Now today, we've got a player in. There's something to be a bit more excited about. This doesn't change anything. A late goal and signing a lone player doesn't change anything. Arthur's not going to come and change the whole system and change everything. We're still same old. Unless we change the system, unless we bring another 2 players in, it's just the same that's going to happen. But maybe we might have a starter sign at the end of the season if he plays well for Liverpool. That's the only difference. And positive, Nunes might be coming back. Nunes might get goals.
Yeah, that would be peak, bro.
Yeah, that'll be peak, man. Go on, G.
Nah, not really, man. To be honest, just echo exactly what Ash said. It's It's one of them ones. But I saw a Boo Rider put up a comment like Everton, Wolves, Chelsea equals results could define our season. Define, I don't know, but I'm gonna go with that train in terms of win those games and win them convincingly. Then you might just get a bit more hope with the fans in terms of, okay, we are actually onto something here at the moment, because there's a difference between winning ugly and playing ugly. Right now, we're doing both, and I'm not really feeling that, to be honest with you. And I don't feel that it's not even I'm not feeling, that's a lie, because it has to happen in seasons. Teams who win leagues and stuff like that, they will have periods of time, but it's not sustainable. And at the moment, we've been playing ugly probably since the beginning of the year. I would probably say 2022, and only as you guys can see now, as I said, it's not sustainable. So we've seen at the beginning of this season, we've kind of just gone into that kind of mode where, because it's not sustainable, it is what it is like.
Oh, Black Hammer is coming for G in his stream, you know, and need G to
Crystal
tap
ball.
on his head and get the club gifted.
We will fight. Don't worry. We will fight. We will fight. We will fight.
Oh man.
Who wants to see a KSI versus Swarms part 2, but me versus Black Hammer? Someone get it proper.
Who swarms?
Who's what?
Who swarms?
It'll be him, trust me. He'll be dancing around looking like a madman.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
What do you think? Yeah, well, Jay, what do you think?
I can't drink the Kool-Aid that we're going to get better. I can't keep falling for these results and this win and Klopp pounding his chest and being like, because you brought it on yourself, big man. You brought it on yourself. You knew what the issues were. You actually had to come out and say, guys, you were right. I was wrong. And the fact we signed a midfielder means that he wasn't even being cryptic with it. He wasn't sending innuendos. He meant it. I was wrong. When has a manager ever come out and said, I was wrong to the fans about signing? That's unheard of. So I can't look at the performances and it doesn't give me any real kind of like belief. I'm happy with the signing. And I know like we got, do you know what I mean, KZ here obviously saying, look, he genuinely rather sign no one. We waited 3 months and let better midfielders go all summer to panic loan Arthur. Hasn't been heard of since 2018. Fucking bullshit. That's true. We've panicked by it, but we needed a midfielder and we got him at the end. And my motto for this is obviously better late than never, but never late is better. Never late is better. So I can't really obviously complain right now.
Just to jump in, Jerry. Yeah, like I said, I have to give my boy Carvalho just a little segment.
Yeah. No, but this is what I was going to do it as well. Just hold on 2 seconds for the Carvalho one, because we've got to big up the person that actually spoke about. Come on here. We know saying, look, we'll still see Robbo and start and Carvalho benched and all the main guys start. So on that note, there we go.
You know what? I need to big up Say on something, because listen, from when this channel started, Jerry, everyone has been locked in since the summer. This is more for the new subscribers, because the old subscribers will know. I've been calling for this guy to start since day one. Like, there's certain players you can just tell, and I know our system might not cater to him. He may not excel in our system down to Klopp, but this guy is just the truth. And I've been harsh on Elliott. I think Elliott did have a good game, but fans need to see the pattern. He's impacting every game. I'll just go through it, right? When he came in against Fulham, his rapport with Milner for me was very good. And he's done that half volley the side foot volley where if he put a bit of less power, that probably nestles the net. We might have scraped a 3-2 win.
Yeah.
The Palace game, I was behind the cop when it happened. When he hit that on a half volley and it just went wide off the post, again, he's always doing something. And in the past United game, Salah scores off his shot, the rebound off his shot, and in the past 2 games he bags. And I need to pick up Say on this, because Say was that room. Just sit back for a minute. You're calling for him to start, and I hear that, because he probably should start. On merit, he should start. I thought he would start the Bournemouth game, but wouldn't you love him how he is now? Because it's a different pressure starting a game to coming on to a game. Do you know what I mean? It's a different pressure. And when Saint said that, I thought, you make a good point, because what if he now starts a game and kind of does nothing? That might be his role. Certain players happy with that role, but because I know how good he is, I think I'm not even saying for him to start consistently. I just want to see it, because what if he does start that one game and he just blows us away. What if he's even better than an impact sub? Because I do genuinely believe, we never know if Klopp, but the penny should drop that after the new year. I think Klopp will actually realize how good this guy, because as much as everyone wants to give Elliott the plaudits, boyhood, Liverpool and whatnot, this guy is better than him. And I said this I'll die by this sword. I said this from the start of summer. Carvalho is better than Elliott because Elliott's had more. He's had more time at the club. I think there's that sentiment because he's boyhood Liverpool fan, and he has been our best midfielder this season. I've been harsh on Elliott. He has been our best midfielder, but I'm telling man, put the stocks in Carvalho because this boy is special. And that's why I was more happy for his goal than the 3 points. I don't care how absurd that sounds. I was so happy because I knew this would come. Every game this season, he's had an impact in some sort of way. But yeah, man, I in an ideal world, I started saying mad things that I would have had him, Elliott, and Fabinho to start on the weekend. But Merseyside derby, anything can happen. Early morning kick.
You're not the only one. Jamie Cruz is saying it as well.
No, me and Jamie agree. Big up Jamie, by the way, because we were saying on Twitter we think both of them sharp. But then Jamie, bro, I thought early morning kickoff at Goodison, it might be a bit ill discipline for both of them to start.
Yeah,
but
would you do both of them? Sorry, Roms. I was going to say, would you do both of them to start and put Hendo at the 6? Because that's a leader in the team, someone who knows what the fixture's about.
I see what you're doing there. Hendo in the 6, Harvey right centre midfielder, and Carvalho left. But we need Fabinho in that game. Just that tactical awareness and to notice that.
You know what that reminds me of? You know, I see what your Roms is saying. You know what that reminds me of? Remember when we played against Everton away and we had Suarez, Suso, and Sterling? That's exactly what that reminds me of. So you've got one experience and two inexperienced. That doesn't work. It won't work. You can't have the two inexperienced players. You have to have at least.
And you know what? Timing's key. Someone once said to me, it doesn't matter when you play. It does, because if you play a 5:30 game, 3 o'clock game, or 8 p.m. game, you've got more time to the day to rest. I'm not saying footballers don't get good sleep because they should do, but you'll rather play later than early. It's just factual. Like, it's factual. And let's be real, you know, our record at Goodison ain't the best. It's not the worst, but it's hella draws. If you check our last 8 or 9, I think about 6 of them are draws, and I think 3 wins. We don't lose. That's one thing I will say. We don't lose there, but we don't win there as much as we'd like. So Saturday morning is going to be tough, very tough. I'm sure we'll preview it properly, but
we will.
It's hard. My head's telling me Carvalho. My head's telling me Elliott should start, but my heart wants Carvalho to start this game ahead of Elliott. But you can't drop a man that's in form. You can't, and I understand that.
Would you not be willing to give Diaz a rest? Play Carvalho on the left wing.
Nah.
Diaz is the best player. To be honest, Diaz is the player of the season so far for me. Diaz is the best player.
So Diaz is that player for us. When he gets on the ball, he's the only one where you actually feel something may happen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. When you look where Diaz has been playing, though, he's been playing centre forward a lot. Like, he's been playing straight down the middle. Definitely hit up the lights. Like, everybody that's been, I don't know how many have been in the show today, Jerry, but just hit those lights because another top-class show. But what I was saying, Diaz has been through the middle a lot this season. Could we maybe see Diaz move to a centre-forward role to accommodate Elliott if Núñez doesn't come in and start firing like we think he should?
I mean, look, just to quickly say, because I think that's a good topic to speak about for the Everton game as well, like considering lineups and stuff. So we will do that on the preview. We'll have the preview out tomorrow. But for me personally, I think he needs to be out to in runs. If you start in the centre, it's completely different because you're having to make runs out wide, which means he can't come inside and cause havoc that way. So,
and let's be real, to be that number 9, he's not as prolific as we want him to be right now. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because 2 headers, they were very good headers. I'm not even going to lie, but we need to see more of that.
In time, then, Roms, in time, given experience, is that the midfield with whoever's our CDM, might be Thiago, might be whoever it is Carvalho and Elliott your 2 central midfielders for the future playing alongside each other for Liverpool, or are they both too like-minded?
For me, Carvalho, yes. Elliott, no.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's just because I rate him. I rate Jones even ahead of Elliott. Do you know what I mean? And people are going to be like, what are you doing, Mom? Elliott has been great for us. That you could say I have an agenda against him, but word to what Jerry said, I just feel like the basics he does get overrated a bit too much. Do you know what I mean? But for me, when you say future, do you mean in years to come or months to come?
No, like in years to come, could Carvalho and Elliott play to? I just think the same profile.
Yeah. Years to come, yes, because he would have grown in stature. I reckon he'll understand the role even better. So yeah, in years to come. But then again, this is me just speaking with my ambitious self. I'll probably think there's better out there. You could say than the both, like if we want to keep going, but they are the future, and it can work both of them. Sorry, Jay.
Yeah. No, all good. Before we head out, just quick fire on this one. There's been a lot of talk about the Carvalho Elliott celebration, as you've seen in the thumbnail with the gun celebration. People are saying that's bad taste. I'll just put it out there. I don't think it is. It's a skangman. Skangman meaning gunman. Gunman meaning you get goals, and you're a poacher.
And this is how I know Liverpool fans hadn't watched Carvalho, because he's been doing this past 2 years. This is his celebration. But
we're not the true fans, Roms. We're not the true fans who do our due diligence, who watch these players.
Because of recent events in Liverpool, they're trying to make correlation to the two. But he would have done this even if that didn't happen. Like, he's been doing this. G's batting his time.
G, you know what?
Keep doing the celebration. I want to see that gun celebration every single time. I love it.
Because it means he's scoring.
He had it at his header. When
I put it on my header.
First got close.
Yeah.
I remember I messaged you. I was like, G, how did you get that? Yeah.
Because I know what Carvalho is about. Like, that's just, come on, man. Like, we're obviously he's from London or whatever, so I'm assuming maybe people from London do this a lot more. I don't know, but the reality is, I know what it's about. Like, come on, man. It's not that deep. People need to stop trying to marry the two with each other. Obviously, what happened was obviously absolutely terrible, and we don't condone it, and he doesn't condone it. So it's not even about that. That's why I was like, come on, guys, man.
Yeah, exactly. So, even Jamie Phillips saying that. So yeah, I guess we addressed that. But guys, it's been an amazing one as well. It's gone 2 hours, which is crazy again. Massive thanks for everyone in the chat that's obviously been tuning in. Before we head out, guys, anything to say?
Black Hammer, I'm coming for you still. It's all love, man. It's all love.
I'm coming for Remy as well. They're the same person, so we might as well say we're just coming.
Yeah, we're just coming.
Just pray for better days, man. I think at this stage we could use hope and pray.
Exactly.
Quick one before we jump out, JJ. Tomorrow we've got a big one at Klopp Zone. We've managed to get one of the women's players, Riley Foster, is coming on the show tomorrow on Ladies' Night. So please tune in tomorrow afternoon on Klopp Zone. Show Riley some support, coming back from an horrific injury as well. Plus, it'll give you an insight into women's football. I know you might not big it up, but it's a good insight, a great person. So go check that out tomorrow. Great.
Yeah, we'll definitely be checking that out. Guys, stay posted as well to Klopp Zone, to G, to Roms, to Ash on the socials as well, because if there's any transfer news, anything like that, you know that we're going to be coming live either on this platform or on the Klopp Zone platform. So please subscribe to both, because that's where you're going to get the quickest news. And I'm telling you, it's going to be quick. Like, you know what I mean? The links, the Klopp Zone community's got ridiculous links right now in the journal section. So please make sure.
I know we're about to dip, but Remy just said I have Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood is my bodyguard. That's so funny.
Don't kill me.
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, guys, please make sure to tune in as well tomorrow, because we will be doing the Everton preview. Not sure as to what time it is yet, so please make sure to click the notification bell on the video, on every video, to be fair. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you're liking. It's been the Jerry James Show. Happy Arthur Melo Day, and we're out, people. Boom.